do 15 things right and you'll hit a good ball. Come on, it's not that hard.
Like, it's not hard.
What are you, an idiot?
Hit the ball with the driver. I mean, keep it straight, right? We can all do that. Not me.
Yeah, it totally lives within the realm of reality that they can win this game. And I have you're a sports gambler, Dover. One of my edicts that I've had for years. This is going back to, when I'm 23, 24, 25, learning these sort of lessons. And there's no such thing as a lock, but one of my philosophies is you bet, Phil, star players out. What do you do?
The first time the star player's out, I mean, hey, you go with it. You go with the win. You know you're going to win because everybody's going to rally around them.
Yeah, when the star player's out in the first game that they play, bet the team that's missing the star. When the narrative is that, oh, crap, they're screwed, especially that first game. And obviously,
I'm learning how to be a betting man, by the way.
There's a degenerate somewhere in there.
Yeah. You're going to find it for him.
Are we hitting the over or the under, boys? Which one are we doing?
Yeah, one of my edicts is, hey, when a star player's out, bet on them in the first game. When a star player's returning, and the narrative is, hey, you got your guy back, bet against that team as they try to reconfigure who they are with that star player. Now, this is a little bit different because it's quarterback. This isn't like you're missing, a star guard or something like that. But yeah, you absolutely can win. And I got a stat for you. I tweeted it last night. In the history of the NFL playoffs, all right, when a team is at home catching more than 4 points, so a home underdog that's more than a 4-point favorite, it's happened 9 times. Those teams are 9-0 against the spread.
Really?
The home team getting more than 4 points in the NFL playoffs. And, people will say, well, how many did it with a backup quarterback? It's baked into the number. It's baked in. The look-ahead line was Broncos minus 1.5 against the Patriots. Yeah. And then it comes out, and it's Broncos getting 5.5 points. That's telling me, Bo Nix is worth 6.5, 6.5 points, something like that. So that's from a sports wagering standpoint. But this is not some 2-touchdown spread. It's a 4.5 point spread. Coming to a mile high where the Patriots have never won.
With some weather coming in, too.
Right.
With the greatest player to ever play the game, by the way. I mean, for the majority of those times, Tom Brady's in the house and still can't win.
Yeah, he was 3 of the 4 losses. He was 7-1 anywhere else on the road.
Do you guys think that, like, what you're talking about with, like, the new guy coming in is like that rah-rah, or win one for the Gipper stuff?
Yep.
How far does that go? I think it might vary by sport, too. Like, we watched the Nuggets do it early with Nikola for a few games, and then it wears off. In football, you'd be the one to ask, Phil, like, because you're going to play a game, and then in this instance, you would have 2 weeks off. Does it stay?
Josh, at this point, let's just get there, right?
Okay.
Let's just get to the Super Bowl. After that, we can start to decide.
All right, yeah.
Like, is Jared Stidham, can he do enough to beat the Rams or Seattle? But in my eyes, it's like it's just one game at a time. Be where your feet are. Can you win at home this magic moment right here to get to the Super Bowl? And then we could talk about, hey, what does that look like?
Okay.
That's how I think
yeah,
it.
right.
I mean, with Jokic and all them too, it's the regular season. I think it'd be a little bit different if Jokic was missing the postseason.
But I also think in basketball, there's not a lot of time to think because you play, you rest,
That's
you play,
true.
you play. Football, you're gonna you're gonna have a week to think about all the things you didn't do or did do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even thinking that far ahead. To me, it's like, can we beat the New England Patriots? Yes, we can. But in order to do that, everybody has to be in that moment. Now, I understand that Sean Payton went out there and told his team, hey, look, like, we go out there, we win. We get 2 weeks to get ready for this game, baby. Like, that's his job. But he also knows in order to do that, Jared Stidham's going to have to play his ass off. This defense is going to have to come up with some turnovers, put pressure on Drake May, and we're going to have a little luck, all right? A little bit of luck when you're the underdog.
And I would say this, too. When Jokic went down, and I'm sure you talked, Dover, some version of this sentiment. It's like, well, now Adelman really needs to step up and bridge a gap. And I know we had those conversations, and I think for the most part, Adelman has done a really, really nice job in that spot. It's like, hey, Sean Payton, like, there's a reason that you get $18 million a year. It's to coach the Broncos, not to just coach Bo Nix. So this was your guy. Stidham was your guy before you knew Bo was a possibility. You signed that man 1 hour and 14 minutes into the first wave of free agency. It was the first signing. So you handpicked him. You paid him $10 million based off one start. You extended him. You brought him back. And so for a moment like this, and Phil, we talked extensively, the better you think your football team's going to be, the more important your backup quarterback is in terms of just a priority. And so he's been a big priority. So here he is. Like he's been making all this money to not play. Well, now he's playing. He's got to play well. Sean Payton's got to coach his rear end off. And I think they're going to do it. And I don't, I keep on going back and forth with this, like, am I talking myself into it?
Yeah.
Am I talking myself into it? Like, the rest of the country has a certain sentiment. And then there's us here in the Mountain Time Zone.
The rest of the country's laughing, smirking, smiling.
But I would also say that those same rest of the country haven't believed throughout the whole course of this, and they won 14 of those
It's
things.
true. And sometimes, let's just be real, sometimes there was huge chunks of the year where Bo Nix did not play well.
Yeah.
And they were winning sometimes in spite of him. So hopefully you don't have to win in spite of Jarrett Stidham. But, I mean, this is what I think of when I was working construction. And my boss would say, team lift. And you drop what you're doing, and you come over to the heavy-ass toolbox on a Friday because it's got to go home. It's not going to stay on the job site, and that thing's going to be 600 pounds with everything in it, and everyone's has to grab a piece of it and lift it up collectively. This is not going to be the Jarrett Stidham show. This is the Denver Broncos, and over 50 players will touch that grass at Mile High on Sunday. So everyone's got to play well. Devin Key, special teams, make a play. Like it's going to take everyone.
And Devin Key makes a play.
He does.
Every single game.
He does.
That damn man goes out there and makes a crucial tackle. And then, of course, he had the fumble recovery that set up for the field goal before halftime. I mean, you're right. It's the players like that, the true role players that have to finally make a play. Is there going to be a player that we haven't talked about this week that may not been talked about this whole year that makes that play for the Denver Broncos and is the reason why we're on to the next stage in this, and that's the Super Bowl?
I told Cecil yesterday, and we saw him get 2 opportunities, make the most of one. I think little Jordan Humphrey's in line to have a big, not just moment, but opportunities in this game because he's worked with Jarrett Stidham just as much as anybody else on this team has.
Yep.
And if Sean has a similar game plan to that spot of having an impact, he wanted to be Pat Bryant, couldn't be, so that it was little Jordan. If he thinks there's an advantage in that same spot, he's going to trust little Jordan to do it, and Jarrett's going to be throwing him the ball a lot.
You want to know what, man? I love that thought. And I have another one for you since we're going down this road, and we're going to get to it an hour from now. Because, Phil, you said yesterday you think it's going to be a big game for Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram.
And it very well could be, and that would be a welcomed sight. We actually talked about this in the crosstalk yesterday. I'm looking at a name like Adam Troutman.
Okay.
It would not shock me at all if Adam Troutman finds himself with that ball in the end zone. These two guys have been together for 3 years, whereas like Ingram's new, and Ingram, they haven't practiced together. But someone like Adam Troutman and Jarrett Stidham, they've been here for the entire time Sean Payton has, and it just wouldn't shock me if there's like a curveball like that. Because last week there was some curveballs, right? Little Jordan was a curveball.
Yes.
Frank Crum was a curveball.
Yeah.
Mr. Crum.
I think there's more coming. And is it Nate Atkins?
Is Lucas Crow now? Has he been?
He's limited. He's been
cleared?
practicing, but I don't know if they're going to
because I know the
activate
window.
him.
Okay, that's another one. I mean, Lucas Crow caught a touchdown pass in a preseason game this year against the 49ers from who? Jarrett Stidham.
That's right.
Yeah,
Right.
good call.
That's right.
And I like little Jordan Humphrey because this is the thing. If you're not a first or second string receiver or even third, so let's say it's going to be Cortland, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, and maybe Marvin Mims. The rest of the receivers on that roster have to do scout team work, right? So they're taking scout team reps. So who is that? Lil Jordan Humphrey that's taking the scout team reps, catching the ball from, guess what? Jarrett Stidham. So, I like that one, too.
And he might be the scout team 1.
And for sure.
Because he's on the outside.
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
And every team you go to, every week you get the scout team player of the week. So I wonder how many times someone like Lil Jordan Humphrey got scout team player of the week just because you have to play that position. There's not enough bodies on that field.
What a fascinating situation here. Absolute mystery box. Like, what is behind door number 2?
It's the AFC Championship, and anything can happen. Literally anything can happen in the game, dude.
Anything is possible.
Oh, my gosh. This is nuts. And, look, so much attention has been paid to the MVP candidate, Drake May. But we need to shine some light on the defense that's coming into a Mile High. We'll do that next.
Support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital today for a chance to win 2 tickets to Super Bowl 60. One lucky winner and a guest can win 2 tickets to the big game, attend the exclusive Legends for Charity event, and a meet and greet with ESPN's Kirk Herbstreit, plus a 4-night hotel stay, round-trip airfare, and ride-and-share credit. Go to propeller.la/Super Bowl LX for more details. That's propeller.la/Super Bowl LX. No donation required for entry. See official rules on propeller.la for details. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about how you're feeling on this Thursday. Are you fired up for the weekend and everything that awaits us, or are you dragging yourself to the finish line? Maybe you're just have low energy, you're feeling sluggish, so sleep patterns are off, all right? And maybe you're getting that brain fog, you're getting super sleepy after you eat. Maybe you're putting on weight, and hopefully you're not feeling sad or depressed. Guys, but believe it or not, all these symptoms can be tied back to low testosterone, which happens to us men as we age. You didn't do anything wrong, but I encourage you, go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com, take the low T quiz on their website. Simple 10-question quiz with yes or no answers. Literally takes you 2 minutes. But from there, you can schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood. They'll have the results within 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider will review those results with you, discuss your options, and there's no pressure, okay? Cost of the appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of that appointment, your visit's free. Fellas, we have one life to live. Don't spend yours wondering if you're suffering from low testosterone. Go take that low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
Every Christmas, you watch a classic movie. The one with Jimmy Stewart is caring banker George Bailey, and the one with the other kind of banker, Henry Potter. You watch It's a Wonderful Life because you are searching for someone who cares about you, a man like Jimmy Stewart's George Bailey. But you wonder, is the notion of a caring banker a fantasy? This is Glenn Jammerot. I'm president of the Alpine Bank family, member FDIC. Alpine Bank believes in one guiding principle, caring. We believe that if we put our customers and communities first, then everything we all hope for has the chance to come true. The most valuable thing one person can give another is caring. When you care, everything else just follows. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado and you.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Thursday, January 22nd, inching closer and closer and closer to the AFC Championship game. Broncos, Patriots, just a few days away. What up, Phil?
Woo! It's so close. I can taste it. Right? I can taste the grass. I can taste how cold it's going to be out there. So whoever's out there is going to have to bundle up. I can taste the fear on Drake May, all right, as he goes out that tunnel. And it's so loud because Broncos country said the hell with it. I know we don't have our starting quarterback, but it doesn't matter. We're going to make life hell for this quarterback. We're going to help our defense out so Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper can pin their ears back and go get after him. So you know what, man? Let's go do it. What does Sean say? Watch out. Watch out. Well, hey, watch out.
Man, I love it. It's so exciting. The conversation is dominating the national level right now. Broncos, Patriots, and obviously on the other side, Seattle Seahawks and Los Angeles Rams. And there's just few other teams to talk about, with true relevance in terms of actually playing football. And so this is getting fun, man. This is getting so fun. And these shows have been a blast. They've been flying by. And, when you talk about the Patriots, I think, do you think Mike Vrabel is the face of that team, or is it Drake May?
I think I believe it's still Mike Vrabel. It's year one for Mike Vrabel, and look what he has done, right? He's done a 180 turn with that team. And Drake May, now if Drake May goes and has another year like this where it's an MVP type of year, then now, yes, it's Drake May's team. You know how long it took us to say, hey, this is Bo Nick's team? You actually just said it after the game.
Yep.
That, hey, this is finally Bo Nick's team. I want to say you said 51% Bo Nick's team, 49% Sean's. Well, right now, Vrabel is still that guy in charge. He is still the identity of this team until Drake May can show everybody and show the world that he can be consistent, and this is who he is on a daily basis.
Well, it's fascinating, all these dynamics, and we'll, comb back more layers today. I think that we need to shine some light on this defense. Because I don't think amidst and I know why quarterback, dominates coverage, and when you have one that's an MVP candidate who's either going to win it or finish runner-up. But this defense, man, it's legitimate. They have played in 2 postseason games, okay? 2. And that New England's Patriots defense has given up 3 points to the Chargers and 16 points to the Texans. You just played 2 NFL games in an offensive era and didn't allow 20 total points. Okay?
Against 2 tough teams, by the way.
Yes.
This is the playoffs.
Yes.
This is not a regular season game. This is the playoffs, and everything matters. And yet you have a defense that was kind of like iffy at the beginning of the year. They get into the playoffs, and now they're stout. They're stopping teams from scoring. They're getting the pressure. They're getting the sacks. Like, this defense is ready to go.
Yeah, and so teams that play in the wild card and the divisional round and allow fewer than 20 points and 500 yards or less, under 500 yards in the last 25 years, there's only 2 teams that have played in the wild card and divisional round and allowed fewer than 20 points and fewer than 500 yards between the 2 games. It's the 2006 Colts and the 2000 Ravens. Both teams went on to win the Super Bowl. This is a real opponent. They are getting pressure. And I'm fascinated to see on Sunday what their approach is with Jarrett Stidham.
Z, they're not just getting pressure. All right, in the 2 games that they have played, they've recorded 9 sacks, 12 tackles for loss. All right, 20 QB hits. That's big right there, because it's not just about getting sacks all the time. It's hitting that quarterback, forcing that quarterback to want to get the ball out of their hands because they don't want to be hit. On top of that, all right, they've had turnovers. They had 5 turnovers actually so far in 2 playoff games and took 1 to the house for a touchdown. So this defense is ready to go. This defense is confident. And also this defense, they play a different type of scheme. They play a 3-4 scheme, which gives them the flexibility to move around linebackers, move around the pass rushers, put them in coverage, and then they do a good job of disguising their coverage over the top. So Jared Stidham has a lot of work to do. He's probably in that facility overnight, or he's going to probably be in that facility again overnight to try to figure out how he can beat this defense.
I'm fascinated by this. Okay, the Patriots here have had a top 5 scoring defense and a top 5 scoring offense 4 other times, all right, in their organization's history. In each of the 4, the way that they have this year, a top 5 scoring offense and a top 5 scoring defense, 4 other times leading up to this year, in each of the 4 previous times, they've gone to the Super Bowl. In 3 of those 4, they've won the Super Bowl. So this is a I don't want to get carried away. I don't want to get carried away, but they are close to a complete team, Phil.
You know what and I have it written down right here, the most balanced team.
I like that.
You look at the Buffalo Bills, and we know that the Buffalo Bills were shaky on defense. Now, their secondary was really good, but their defense could not stop a nosebleed when it comes to trying to stop the run. We knew that the identity of the offense is Josh Allen, but they also have a really solid run game. But they didn't have the receivers. They didn't have the receivers like the Patriots have with their group, right? They have a young quarterback, but they have some speedy receivers. They have a talented tight end, and then they have a beast defense right now that's getting the ball, taking the ball away, creating 3-and-outs, and that's the recipe for success. On top of that, they do a good job special teams-wise. So they're just a balanced football team all around, and that's usually when you win. You win Super Bowls that way.
And I like that label of balanced more than complete. Complete means they don't have a flaw. Or implies they don't have a flaw. Balance, I like that better. Their total defense rank, so combining stopping the run and the pass, they're 8th, all right, in the NFL this past or regular season. Their scoring defense is 4th. They're only allowing 18 points per game. And I want to mention this, and I don't want to get – I'm about to bring up something. It's not to confuse anyone at all, okay? But I pay attention to it. I keep one eye on it. I'm not when it comes to analytics, I don't bow down to analytics, but I also don't dismiss them either. And I know there's an old school mentality of, analytics. It's just football's a chaotic game, dude.
You just don't know what's going to happen.
No.
You have human beings playing this game.
Yeah, and it's 11 on 11. 50 guys play, every weekend. And so I think sometimes just looking at raw numbers, it can not give you the whole picture. So I'm just bringing that up because DVOA has been a very popularized analytic measurement here in recent years. And basically it stands for defense adjusted value over average. And what it does is it measures a team or a player's performance relative to league average, adjusted for opponent strength, game situation, down and distance. For the same reason that I like QBR over quarterback rating, it's just more comprehensive.
Yeah.
And where quarterback rating is just more so simplistic and straightforward. This is more comprehensive. So I'm bringing it up because by DVOA, by arguably the most popular analytical measurement right now among football people, the Patriots defense has actually been better than the Denver Broncos defense since week 10. So just a massive amount of respect of what they're doing, not fear, but respect. And people will tell you about, hey, their schedule's been so easy. There's no easy teams in the playoffs, and they've won both of them. So I'm
go in there with respect. In the back of your head, you say, I'm getting to whoop that ass. But you have to respect your opponent. You have to make sure that you dial up a great game plan. You have to make sure that you're aware of what Drake May can do to you. If you're not aware, if you're not in your P's and Q's, you have to understand what this defense is going to throw at you. That's the respect that you give another opponent. But then you go out there and you execute. You win those one-on-one battles. And some people like the analytics. I was a player. I didn't care about them. To me, it was like line that ass up and let's go. The better man is going to win. Of course, you got to be smart. You have to have a good scheme. But win that one-on-one battle and execute.
All right, if you want to react to any of that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. The battle on the field will be physical, but the matching of wits on the sidelines is a different kind of heavyweight fight, and we'll talk about these coaches next.
Will the Broncos defense have an answer for Drake May? Will Sean Payton find more success in the run game? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football pregame show, live on game day from Mile High Station starting at 11 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here, and I've got to tell you about one of the most unique spots anywhere in the world, not just Colorado. I'm talking about the Basketball Social House Bar and Grill in Centennial. This place has award-winning food and drinks. Guys, you have to try the brunch. It is phenomenal. But what really sets it apart is that it's a first-of-its-kind sports bar and entertainment experience. Literally the only one in the world, and it's right here in Centennial, Colorado. Don't get it twisted. This place isn't just for hoopers. Even if you never touch a basketball, it's an awesome spot to eat, drink, hang out, and catch the game. But if you do want to play, you can book your own private basketball suite, a court, a lounge, seating area, music, televisions, guys, and so much more. It's perfect for parties and birthdays or just an upgraded night out. It's also one of the best places in Colorado to watch big games with what might be the best happy hour in the state every single day from 7 p.m. to close. You can find them at 7450 South University Boulevard in Centennial, or check them out online at thebasketballsocialhouse.com. And because you heard it from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental when you use the code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, this place is a slam dunk.
Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. Visit trustandwill.com for details.
Trust and Will.
My dad and I were always close, but some things we just didn't talk about, like his will. After he was gone, we found out he didn't have one, and it created a lot of stress during a time of grief.
Creating a will can be hard to think about, but avoiding it can lead to greater difficulty for the people you love. That's why Trust and Will makes estate planning simple. Create a will online in as little as 30 minutes.
Now, I have a will in place to make sure my loved ones are protected. With Trust and Will, it was easy and affordable, and I got peace of mind knowing my wishes are clear.
Trust and Will.
Get 20% off when you visit trustandwill.com/plan. That's trustandwill.com/plan to get 20% off. trustandwill.com/PLAN.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I wore glasses as a kid growing up, then I had LASIK surgery. When I hit my 50s, I started needing those reading glasses to see menus, text, read stats, see my computer, study film. Well, I decided to go see Dr. Cudarelli at Cudarelli Vision for refractive lens exchange. It is a game changer, and it could be for you as well. Join Dr. Cudarelli for his live webinar to learn more about refractive lens exchange from Cudarelli Vision, January 28th at noon. This free webinar is the perfect opportunity to meet Dr. Cudarelli and have him answer all your questions about Cudarelli Vision RLE. Who's a good candidate? How long is the procedure and recovery time? What's the cost? Dr. Cudarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. He can tell you when it's your right time for RLE like he did for me. Register for the webinar at coloradorle.com. It's January 28th at noon. Cudarelli Vision RLE. No readers, no glasses, no contacts, no cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho! And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company, Pure Talk.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
Denver counts on Fix-It 24/7 for heating and plumbing with legendary service. Proud partner of the Denver Broncos and proud to serve the community. FixMyHome.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota State with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with St. Cloud State in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Utah with pregame starting at 7:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota with pregame starting at 1:30. Followed by DU hockey skating with St. Cloud State in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
The battle on the field itself will be physical, but the matching of wits on the sideline is a different kind of heavyweight fight. Man, oh man, these are just flat out two of the best. Just flat out two of the best. Guys, I got to tell you before we dive headfirst in this conversation, tomorrow we would love to see you at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker. New location, special edition of a Bud Light Football Friday AFC Championship edition. All right, we're going to be there from 2 to 6 p.m. as we get you ready for the game on Sunday. Plus, Bud Light is going to give away a pair of tickets to the AFC Championship game. And separate from that, someone else is going to win a Peyton Manning signed football. All right, it's going to be a fun day. It's going to have a ton of energy. We would love for you to be a part of it. You have to be 21 and present to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. You do not need to be 21 to come hang with us at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker. Special edition of a Bud Light Football Friday. Man, oh man, Sean Payton against Mike Vrabel. It doesn't get much better than this.
You mean you got to love it. Get your popcorn out. You know, and it's crazy to think Mike Vrabel, who was fired by the Tennessee Titans, joined the staff with the Cleveland Browns, or just as a random staff member, you know, helped out.
Consultant,
you know, helped out on the football field, did some drills with the big defensive linemen because he likes to do that. All of a sudden finds himself as the head coach of the New England Patriots. Great hire. And now you have Sean Payton, who's been around for a very long time. Vrabel, another one who's been around for a while, going head-to-head. Who wins this matchup? It's going to come down to can Sean Payton outsmart Vrabel at the right times. That's the key thing, at the right times. You don't have to be creative throughout the whole entire game every time you're out there on that football field, but you get in the red zone. Are you creative? Okay, 3rd and 1. Are you creative? Do you have a couple shot plays that you can get to that can beat their defense, right? You have to be able to play chess, not checkers.
Man, I love it. I have so much respect for Mike Vrabel. I cannot, you know, you talk about these bad organizations, Cincinnati, Buffalo, Arizona, like a team like the Titans saying, we're good on Vrabel.
Crazy.
We're good. We think we'll be better off without you. And it's just like, you just shake your head. You can't fix stupid. Mike Vrabel is fantastic. Man, he was such a dog as a player, too. I mean, he was a dog's dog.
He was Ohio State, All-American at Ohio State.
Yep.
You know, and then, of course, with the New England Patriots himself, won 3 Super Bowls, headhunter, scary dude, big dude. And then you have a coaching career like that. I mean, like, life is good if you're Vrabel. Like, everything has went right for you because of the type of guy you are.
He's a stud, but so is Sean Payton. Sean Payton's career record: 184 wins, 108 losses. That's a winning percentage of .630. So you're basically winning 63% of the games that you play when Sean Payton's your coach. Mike Vrabel as a head coach: 68 wins, 48 losses. You win about 59% of the games coached by Mike Vrabel. So you give the edge from a winning percentage historically to Sean Payton. How much does that matter this weekend? You can make your own mind up on that. Mike Vrabel in the postseason is 4 wins, 3 losses, so 1 game over 500. Sean Payton in the postseason, 10 wins, 9 losses. All right, so also 1 game over 500. Sean Payton was the coach of the year in 2006. Mike Vrabel was the coach of the year in 2021. So these are, one is obviously a lot further along in his career than the other, and that being Sean Payton.
A lot more seasoned.
Totally.
A little salt on that thing.
Totally. But these are two just great coaches. I'd say 2 of the 5 best coaches in professional football right now.
Oh, yeah, but like we've said earlier, there's one coach that has more pressure put on him than the other, and that's Mike Vrabel. All right, you have your unit. Everybody is back defensively. Offensively, you're getting Mac Hollins back. Zach, you know that name. Mac Hollins was my former teammate with the Miami Dolphins. Different type of cat. Doesn't like to wear shoes. Walks around barefooted. But that man is an animal, and he's going to do the little things right. He's gonna take somebody and throw him into the Gatorade cooler. He's a guy you want on your team. Hopefully we can get him next year if he's on the free agent market. All right, but also you have your quarterback, who may end up winning the MVP. You have these receivers that are explosive. You have 2 running backs that you can count on, the offensive line that is healthy. So the pressure is put on the New England Patriots to come into our house and try to beat us. But can you outsmart the man, the myth, the legend, Sean Payton? That's one thing.
Well, here was Sean Payton yesterday on if he sees traits of Vrabel as a player, and he was a great player. I know you touched on that, but a star at Ohio State, a legendary high school player in the state of Ohio, goes to Ohio State. He is, All-American. He comes into, he was all Big Ten, first team, 3 separate years. Sophomore, junior, senior, a first team, all Big Ten, comes into the NFL. All he does is wins 3 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. First team All-Pro, check. All 2000s team, check. 50th anniversary team, check. All dynasty team, check. Patriots Hall of Fame, check. And then he gets into coaching, and he's already been a coach of the year, and he has completely flipped this Patriots organization back to the vibe that it had a few years ago with Bill Belichick. Obviously, the winning hasn't come to that degree yet. But here in year 1, Sean Payton was asked if he sees traits of Vrabel as a player in his team as a coach.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I look. I remember him as a player way back in when I was with the Giants, and then he was there when we had joint practices. I think it was Tom's first or second year. We had just gone to the Super Bowl. They were going to win the Super Bowl the next year, upset the Rams. Bledsoe's going to get hurt, and Tom's going to play. But I'd say got to know him more professionally when he became the head coach of Tennessee, and we would be at these league meetings, and he's passionate, and I think his team, you see him play to that passion. When the Lions were asking me about Dan Campbell, I made this comment, and it's a compliment to both coaches. I said, you're getting an offensive version of Vrabel, a guy who was a heck of a player, tough, and their teams will reflect that. Look, there's that uniqueness of going back home for him, a place that certainly he's got a lot of pride for what they've done there.
It is really interesting to see a team take on the characteristics of the coach, and whether it's his personality, his play style as a player.
The identity.
But that has clearly happened immediately. Like, he enters scene right, and instantly they're in the playoffs. It's really incredible.
Well, it's just like Sean Payton is getting the right players in the building. with the same mentality, getting the right coaches around you, right? You are who your coaches are, right? Like, you're only as good as the coaches around you. So you have to make sure the right coaches are around you making those plays, and that's exactly what Mike Vrabel has done. And I played against Mike Vrabel numerous times, and his defenses, man, they're physical. They're tough, high motor. When you're done with that game, you're waking up the next morning upset because you are hurting. You barely can walk. And that's just who Mike Vrabel is. He's a mean, tough man that's very smart, and they're going to make sure that his team is very disciplined.
Man, fantastic matchup. And we haven't even got to Josh McDaniels, who's steering this offense, who's got 6 Super Bowl rings to his name. I mean, there is a lot of football intellect at Mile High this weekend. And it's like one of these, like, what are you going to do? I know you might think that I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do this other thing. And can the others, like, this is definitely a game of chess. Definitely a game of chess. There's no doubt. Okay, shifting gears here. The Patriots will have an advantage on Sunday in one crucial area. How can the Broncos make up the difference? We'll talk about it next.
The 2 best teams in the AFC are going head-to-head for a chance to play in the Super Bowl. Start your Sunday off right with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 9 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Whatever you're looking for when you head out into the wild, keep an open mind. Sometimes the real treasure is the journey itself. Sure enough, there's treasure out there. Sometimes it's something you didn't expect to find. And more often than not, it's as simple as the memories you make. Make some memories of your own with a new vehicle from Corwin Toyota. Family driven for over 100 years.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has stood beside Colorado families after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion won, we know how to fight for you. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WillHiteWins.com. That's WillHiteWins.com.
Hey, Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we'd love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans, at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastery at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
The New England Patriots will have an advantage on Sunday in what is typically a crucial area, and I do think it will be crucial in this instance on Sunday afternoon at 1:30 at Mile High. CBS, Nance and Romo coming back into town. Broncos, Patriots. I mean, goodness gracious, this is nuts. This is nuts, is what it is.
We wanted this. This is what we've all dreamed about, getting back to the promised land, getting back to an opportunity to get to a Super Bowl. Well, you have to win this game in order to get to the Super Bowl. But, man, let's just be in this moment. Be where your feet are.
Well, the advantage that I'm referencing is the run game, okay? And the Patriots are a top 10 running team this year. They average 129 yards on the ground. That was the 6th best mark in the league, where someone like the Denver Broncos wasn't 6th, they were 16th. So exactly average. But we know that baked into those numbers was the performance of J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
And if you look at the 7 games, and I did this game by game this morning, if you look at the 7 games without J.K. Dobbins and just looked at running back production, so you're taking Bo's legs out as well because Bo's legs aren't going to be available on Sunday. Bronco running backs in the 7 games without Dobbins have averaged 83 yards a game total.
Not good enough. That right there will get you beat. All right, you have to be able to sustain drives on the ground. We have this offensive line that, honestly, Sean and George brought in because they were good run blockers. Getting downhill, getting off of double teams, getting to the second level, giving a running back a seam, a crease. That's all you're asking for. And I understand that R.J. Harvey, he's young. He's a rookie. He may have hit that rookie wall, even though he doesn't have a bunch of reps under his belt. You have Jaleel McLaughlin, who was doing a lot of practice squad reps, and now you're telling him that, hey, you may have to start this game. He started last game. So good job on you, Z, because you said that you wanted Jaleel to start. He started now. So for Sean moving forward, they're going to have to find a creative way to get these running backs involved and stick with the run long enough. I know there's going to be some time where it's 2 yards in a cloud of dust, and as fans, we don't like that, and it's not sexy. But it's going to keep that damn defense honest so that you can set up play action, so that you can set up some plays down the middle of the field. You must be patient with the run game, Sean.
Well, it's a huge, huge dynamic to watch on Sunday afternoon, all right? And a week ago, and I can't really make heads and tails of why Sean operated the way that he did a week ago, because on paper we knew that the Bills' defense could be had in the run game in like a major way. It was their most glaring weakness, and it almost was like Sean just kind of overlooked it. And it's hard to put real criticism at his feet when you score 33 points. So, like, when we talk about doing it his way, like, I guess it worked. But, man, I can't shake it from my football philosophy that if you just ignore the run game, eventually it will catch up with you. And so what does it look like this weekend? I mean, we talked about, just a second ago, you mentioned Jalil getting the start. Is it even worth the title of getting the start when you have 4 total carries?
I mean, it really, as a running back, if you're not that RB1, the true RB1 like J.K. Dobbins, it's not worth it because running backs are interchangeable throughout the game. So you start one play just because you get that start doesn't mean this guy's not going to come in next. So for Sean, I understand what he did. Sean just said, you know what? I don't trust the running backs. I'm not putting it in these young men's hands. All right, I tried, and Jalil almost fumbled the ball, which would have turned that game for the worst for the Broncos.
Well, you think he did fumble it, right?
Well, yeah, but the penalty help.
Right, but it's like, as a coach, you're like, I don't like what I just saw, and I just lost trust in you.
Exactly. You see it for the first time, you say, this is too big of a moment. I'm not going back to it. And I believe in Bo Nix. So if I'm going to lose this game, just like if you're a head coach and you're picking your coaches, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose with my coaches. Sean's saying if I'm going to lose this game, it's going to be with Bo Nix, not these other players that I have no trust in. That's what that was telling me.
Yeah, man, but he has got to find a way to make this offense more multiple.
Yeah.
Because, you did it with Bo, and you have supreme trust in Bo, but the script has flipped here. And I can't figure out how exactly, and I'm not going to be able to figure it out. We're going to figure it out when we watch the game.
Just sit there and watch, Zach.
But like in advance of it and trying to speculate, okay, how can you skin this cat when you have your backup quarterback in the game? And I just find it almost hard to believe that you're going to have success and beat that defense and win this game without running it. I don't know, and maybe he'll prove me wrong again. But
This is different. We're talking about Jarrett Stidham. All right, we're talking about a guy who hasn't taken a snap this year. We need to run the football to take pressure off of that man. We need to run the football so that we could try to stay ahead of the chains, make it third and manageable, and now he can dink and dump down the field to a tight end, to a bigger receiver, whatever the case may be. Just make it easier for your backup quarterback. Sean Payton is going to have to sit there and just take it and understand that you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to run the ball to keep this defense honest. You're going to have to be creative. All right, pullers in front of R.J. Harvey and Jalil, misdirection, motions, formations, everything that we have talked about this whole entire year, Sean Payton's going to have to do to try to jumpstart this run game to take pressure off the defense and take pressure off that backup quarterback.
What is the number you think the Broncos need to get to on the ground?
On the ground, let's go 17 to 20 carries. 17 to 20 carries.
For who? Are you talking about total?
Total.
Oh, man.
We
Okay.
can't just go, I can't just trust RJ touching that ball 17 times.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no.
So Jalil and RJ together, 17, 20 carries combined. And let's go. They have to hit 68 yards. 68 yards, almost 70 yards. I know it's hard to do. Now, if JK's playing and he's healthy and he's in his prime and been in there, that would be easy to hit.
Well, I was going to say, it's like you're saying 68, 70 yards is going to be hard to hit. If you average 70 yards a game, you'd rank dead last in the NFL. So it's like
68 yards. I'm telling you, right, 68 yards, okay? Because I'm not looking for the explosive plays, Z. What I'm looking for is 3rd and 2. Can you move them damn chains? 3rd and 3, can we hand the ball off on a draw because New England thinks it's a pass and now they're bailing back? That's all I'm looking for. Red zone. We get to the red zone or goal line. Can we punch it in like we have in the past with R.J. Harvey? That's why he has all these touchdowns. That's why I think we're going to get to 68 yards. It's the small yards that nobody thinks about that can change that game.
Man, okay. All right. We'll see if they can do it. The run game for the Patriots in the divisional round, they ran for 105 yards. In the wild card round against the Chargers, they ran for 146 yards. So they and especially seeing what they saw the Bills do, they are going to try to run the ball down the Broncos' throat. So we'll see what it looks like, obviously, on Saturday, and we'll continue to preview that dynamic. There is some history on the side of Jarrett Stidham if you look and squint in the right places. That's next.
How will Sean Payton scheme things up for Jarrett Stidham? Will the Broncos defense find ways to generate more turnovers? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football postgame show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, Mark Schlereth here. A new year doesn't always call for something new. Sometimes it calls for something better. If your home would be more comfortable with better windows or new siding, Gravina's Window Center of Littleton can help. Right now, save 25% on Infinity replacement windows and 20% off James Hardy siding with 12 months no interest financing. Call them 303-794-0490 to schedule your free in-home visit or visit windowsforyourhome.com and say this is the year your home feels better.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I
do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
New year, new you, new. It's January at Castle Rock Autoplex, and we're exhausted from all these amazing deals. Get it? Exhausted? Ford, Chevy, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram. We've got more choices than you've got resolutions you're about to break. Why hit the gym when you can hit the lot? That new car smell burns 0 calories, but feels way better. Castle Rock Autoplex, where your New Year's resolutions finally one you'll keep. Beep, beep, baby. Let's do this.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where we're all about you. Your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. We'll take total care of you. First, come browse all the beautiful settings in our cases. Take your time and try on as many as you want. You'll know when you put your ring on. Your heart will skip a beat. Now, onto your center stone. We can look at different diamond shapes and sizes until we find the perfect match. Come visit us in store, because a friend wants you to get exactly what you want. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and yet the results last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Dr. Tanya Paul's and Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment using your own natural hair. Advanced Hair restores your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning, and they guarantee your new hair will grow for life. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR or AdvancedHair.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota State with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with St. Cloud State in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Utah with pregame starting at 7:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota with pregame starting at 1:30. Followed by DU hockey skating with St. Cloud State in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you here on a Thursday, rolling downhill for the day, for the week. Excuse me, I said in a previous segment that the game was at 1:30. It is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which I like better because, Mr. Phillip Lindsay, I am going to try my best, and I do not have a ticket right now, but I'm going to try my best to be in that building. I have never experienced a championship game in the NFL, and my number one reason to go is that life is short, and I'll replace the money, and
I'm already in trouble. You're probably already in trouble by your wife. She'll be like, you know what, why not? I might as well go ahead and see this through.
I'm not going to not go. That's almost like my number one. I'm not going to not go. The AFC Championship game's right here. I'm going to try my best to be there, but it's going to be freezing.
It is. I mean, you're going to have to hit a bunch of tailgates.
Totally.
All right, get you a corn dog or get you a hot dog. You look like more of a corn dog type of guy.
I like it all. I like it all.
Get some drink that's gonna really warm you up, warm that blood up.
We'll take care of that.
And then go in there and have some fun.
Oh my gosh, this is so wild, man. So the sun, I mentioned that because the sun will be higher in the sky at 1 o'clock, so it's gonna be freaking freezing. And I have an electric vest. But I've never worn it, and it may be coming out.
It needs to come out. Get the ski mask, too. The ski mask so your little nose doesn't turn red on you, and you could just enjoy the game.
Yes, and also to hide my identity.
To hide your identity,
Were you cheering for Buffalo last week? What? Huh? That wasn't me.
Why you got the Patriots gear on right now?
Hey, real quick. I think that there's some history on the side of Jarrett Stidham if you look in the right places, okay? I'll tell you what I mean, but before we do that, Drew Spivak behind the glass, you just said within the last 90 seconds or so that you have the viewership for the national championship from Monday night, Miami against Indiana.
I do.
All right, so let's just go ahead and take a stab at this, and we'll try to guess it. Phil, would you like to go first? Or would you like me to go first?
No, I'll go first because you'll say I'm cheating and copying you. So I'm going to go with national championship, Indiana, Miami. First time Kirk Cigneti gets there. Indiana has never been there. This is the first time. Let's go 32 million.
That's a good guess. I actually think that I don't know if the Kirk Cigneti factor helps or hurts because he is still, I think he's still largely in the awareness period for casual college. Oh, if you're a real college football fan, like you know who Kirk Cigneti is. But if you're a casual fan, you might still be Googling him, if you will. So I don't know if that hurts or helps. I'll say. You said 32.
I said 32.
I'll go 30. I'll go 30 million. What do you got, D?
I wrote 22.8.
Wow, so way down, huh? Okay. It is a Monday night. What is it, Drew?
Well, this would be the second most watched college football national championship game ever.
What?
The most watched college football game since 2014-2015.
Wow.
The second most watched cable telecast on record. Because remember, this game was not on ABC. This was ESPN with Megacast.
That's right. You know, I forgot to mention that because that makes a difference.
The most viewed non-NFL sports telecast since the 2016 World Series Game 7, which was Cubs and Indians.
Wow. Can't say that.
Zach Bye.
Police are on their way.
Yeah, I know, right?
Naughty, man.
You nailed it. 30.1 million viewers.
Wow, on the nose.
Yeah, peaked at 33.2 million.
Okay. Wow.
30 million viewers on a cable.
On a cable, and
broadcast.
the reason that matters, I know a lot of you guys understand this, but if it's network TV, you don't have to have a cable subscription of any kind to watch it. So my mom in Buffalo, New York could have watched that game. She didn't have cable. Wow. You said the second most watched Natty ever?
Second most watched Natty ever. I don't know what the first one was. They didn't give that information yet.
Yeah.
We'll find out eventually. But
this is why I continue to say, yes, there are a lot of stuff in college football that needs to get fixed, but that sport has never been more popular than it is right now.
And now you added a bracket. You added the bracket like you said earlier, and now everybody wants to be a part of that. So are we surprised? Like, football runs the world.
Like we don't, just to touch on the bracket thing, which is why I've been saying for the last year or two, watch out. If the NFL doesn't continue accordingly and plan accordingly, college football could nip at their heels. I'm talking like 15, 20 years from now, because you have, like, we don't even watch college basketball anymore as a public, but we all get into it during the NCAA tournament. We all fill out a bracket.
For sure.
And it's the second most popular sport in the world, college football, or in our country rather, meeting a bracket. And what could that look like over time? It's just getting more and more popular.
Well, keep this in mind too, guys. Like, you compare it to, because we got all the divisional games as well that we had the numbers for. Broncos Bills averaged 39.5 million viewers. That was on CBS.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, and now it didn't quite get up to the numbers like Bears Rams, 45.4 million people. But still, you're not that far off, especially considering that this game was on cable, not on regular TV. All the NFL games, they're on regular TV.
Right.
The college one was not, for whatever silly reason. Why you wouldn't put that on ABC
Put it on
a Monday
ABC.
night?
What a goofy decision. What a goofy decision.
That was the NFL saying, hey, man, we'll slip you a little bit of money. Don't let them get going, all right? We're going to keep them on cable.
Man, it was right there for the taking, though.
Yes.
And I can promise you whatever was on ABC got quintupled up.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Shifting gears back to the Broncos. I said going into the last break, I think there's some history on the side of Jarrett Stidham. You have to squint, though, in the right places, right? So you can see it off in the distance, and you squint a little bit.
Did you find something?
Yeah, I got a little something.
All right.
I got a little something. Backups making the largest impact that you can have in American sports, playing quarterback, okay? In 1988, Mark Rippon goes down. Doug Williams comes in, goes on to win the Super Bowl. 1991, Phil Simms goes down. Jeff Hostetler comes in, goes on to win the Super Bowl. 1999, Trent Green goes down. Kurt Warner comes in. The Rams go on to win the Super Bowl. 2000, Tony Banks goes down. Guy named Trent Dilfer came in. They go on to win the Super Bowl. 2001, Drew Bledsoe goes down. We meet Tom Brady. Goes on to win the Super Bowl.
The GOAT.
2017, Carson Wentz goes down. Nick Foles comes in, goes on to win the Super Bowl. 2025, Bo Nix goes down. Stidham comes in. And what happens next remains to be seen.
I love it. Zach. I'm glad you did that research and brought that up. And I don't know how many people are out there bringing this and shedding light on this. But it can happen. It can happen. It's right there. Now, I will say this, and I said this before. Back in the day, they developed quarterbacks a lot more than they have and they do right now, where they take their time understanding that this backup quarterback truly can be the deciding factor on if we can get to a Super Bowl or not, because it's a brutal sport. You can get hurt any given snap. In today's game, it seems like colleges don't develop quarterbacks. Then you get to the NFL and they want them to be ready, but they're not. And when they're not ready, they just get rid of them and say, okay, on to the next. Because there's so many players that want to be in this league, but at some point that has to stop, and you have to develop these quarterbacks or you're not going to have a good backup. In our case, I think we have a solid backup that can come in and find a way to win this game.
Well, I'll say this in terms of your lack of quarterback development in today's game. In general, I agree. And I think a part of that, if I could point to like one reason why, and I think there's more than one reason, but I think it's the lifespan of coaches and how it's so short. If you don't win now,
that's true.
Your developmental backup is irrelevant because you're going to be out of a job. But I think it's different in this case. I think that Stidham has been developed in a more traditional way, where he is sitting behind Bo Nix and Russell Wilson before him for years at a time. You know, this is years in the making for Jarrett Stidham. Now, I know. I give all those examples, right? Doug Williams, Jeff Hostetler, Kurt Warner, Trent Dilfer, Tom Brady, Nick Foles. It's not apples to apples because in each of those scenarios, those quarterbacks had longer runways to finally then take off and go win the Super Bowl. That's not what this is. In fact, it's the opposite. And here's what I mean. I mean the literal opposite. Did you realize the Denver Broncos are the only team in the entire NFL, the only team that didn't have their backup throw a pass in 2024 or 2025?
See, that's insane. Now, I don't know if I want to think of it in a good way because it's like, okay, that means that your quarterback has been healthy. Your starting quarterback has been available for all the games. That's what you want. You don't want to have to rely on your backup. But then again, I'm thinking of it like, well, maybe if the Denver Broncos would have handled business against some of these teams, such as the Raiders, who have the number one pick, maybe if they would have put the points up like they were supposed to, and now Jarrett Stidham can go in the game and have the mop-up duty, you're giving that guy the valuable reps. I know it's at the end of a game, but you're giving him some type of reps where he's like, okay, like I've been in a game before.
At least his cleats are in the grass.
Exactly. At least he's taking a center up under the center.
Yeah.
You know, getting the ball and throwing something or handing the ball off. In this case, you know, Sparky, you know, steady over there. He has not taken a snap, a meaningful snap in a very long time.
I mean, think about that. This is the most insane contrast or juxtaposition that you can find, where 31 of the 32 teams have used a backup at least once in the last 2 years, and the Broncos are the only team who hasn't. And now it's the same Broncos who have to have that backup play in a championship game. Check this out, Phil. And you're going to hear this only on the drive. Hashtag only on the drive. All right?
I love it.
The NFL record for most consecutive days without a regular season or postseason passing attempt prior to starting a playoff game is 370 days. That was, remember the name Joe Webb? Back in 2012, he played in a wild card game and went 370 days in between throwing a pass in a game and then having to start a playoff game. Dude, Jarrett Stidham's going to double the NFL record. Stidham's 749 days is quite literally more than double the current NFL record of days between throwing a pass and having to start a playoff game.
Man, that's long.
That's nuts.
It's been a long time since Stidham threw a pass that was meaningful.
I mean, dude.
That's crazy.
I got another stat to put in your pipe here. All right? I'll light it for you.
Light it up so I can smoke it.
141 NFL players. 141 NFL players have attempted a pass since the last time Jarrett Stidham did.
So they're more seasoned than our backup quarterback.
How crazy is that? I can't even wrap my head around that.
I guess it just shows how healthy our quarterback has been, and that's even been when Russ was there, because he was, Jarrett Stidham was the backup to Russ. So, the training staff over there and Mr. Bo Lowry, they've done their job to the point where they've done it too well, where the backup quarterback can't even get in the game and get some valuable minutes. So I don't know if I'm happy with them or mad at them right now, because we need Jarrett Stidham to be ready to go.
It's crazy, man. And so the 141 players that have taken or attempted a pass since the last time Jarrett Stidham did, 92 were quarterbacks. So 92 quarterbacks have thrown a pass since the last time Stidham did, in a league of 32, which I just think is insane. 26 of those passes came from wide receivers. 11 of those passes came from punters. 7 of those passes came from running backs. 3 from tight ends. A DB had one, and a kicker had one since the last time that Jarrett Stidham attempted a pass. How insane is that?
He said a punter, a kicker, a running back, a receiver. Damn.
It's nuts. This is like the word unprecedented exists for situations like this.
And yet, you still think the Denver Broncos have a chance.
I do. I know they have a chance. Now, I don't know if they're going to win. And I'm still in a toss-up in my own head whether I'm going to pick them tomorrow when we're at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker.
It's understandable. I mean, we just went through earlier the defense with the New England Patriots and how they've been in the last two postseason games. They've been dominant. And now you have a backup quarterback. You just give the stats on Stidham and how other people, not just quarterbacks, but you have punters, you have field goal kickers, you got running backs, tight ends, receivers throwing passes instead of Stidham. Like, it's insane.
It is insane. Stidham, this is nuts. Stidham will be the first quarterback since Roger Staubach in 1972 to make his first start of the season in a conference championship game. All right? Here's another just wacky. Oh, by the way, and this is just nuts too.
Everything's just nuts, man. Like,
it is. Dude, I'm telling you,
it's a unique situation we're in.
It's super unique. And the more that I dove into the research, okay, the more that I found. So when Roger Staubach is making his a season debut in a championship game back in 1972, you know what quarterback he was replacing? Craig Morton, who in 1977 led the Broncos to their first Super Bowl against the Cowboys. That's the team he used to play for. I'm telling you, it's freaky. How about this? Stidham is going to become the 5th starting quarterback to start a championship game for the Broncos. But how crazy is this? That all 5 quarterbacks that would have start for the Denver Broncos at a championship game, none of them were drafted by the Broncos. Craig Morton was drafted by the Cowboys.
Yeah.
John Elway was drafted by the Colts.
The Colts, yeah.
Peyton Manning was drafted by the Colts. Jake Plummer was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals. And Jarrett Stidham was drafted by the same team that he'll try to beat on Saturday or Sunday. How nuts is that?
It's wild to think this. And then you got to dig through history, but it's wild. And it's like full circle moment. What does Jarrett Stidham do? His opportunity. Odds are stacked against him. He's not supposed to win this game. But yet, he can go out there and shock the world. And this is why someone like Sean Payton sat at that podium right after the news came out about Bo Nix and said, watch out. Because in Sean's head, in his sick head, right, in a sick little way, because he's just a genius, he's like, I'm getting ready to pull something off that has never been done before. And if so, it's been so long that you have to go back and dig through history to get it and find it. And I'm going to be one of the greatest coaches to ever coach this damn game because of what I have to go through.
Crazy, man. Really, earlier in the segment, if you're just joining us, I said, hey, man, there's some history on the side of Jarrett Stidham if you squint in the right place. And, Doug Williams came in as a backup, won a Super Bowl. Kurt Warner came in and won a Super Bowl. Dilfer came in and won a Super Bowl as a backup. Brady came in as a backup, won a Super Bowl. Nick Foles came in as a backup, won a Super Bowl. But the most applicable situation that you can find in NFL history that's as close to this one is back in the 1990 season. See, on Sunday, Jarrett Stidham's going to break the NFL record for fewest career starts prior to a championship game. The previous record was 5 starts. So Stidham's got it by 1 game. And that was back in 1990 with Jeff Hostetler for the New York Giants.
Yeah.
And Jeff Hostetler went on to win that game, and went on to win the Super Bowl. So has anything like this exactly ever happened? No, but there's some frame of reference. In that 1990 season, the game was played in 91, where something like this had occurred. So, man, oh man, it's nuts.
It's here. Buckle up. Put the helmet on, the chin strap. Buckle that chin strap up, and let's get after it. And great thing about football, it's a team sport. It's not just about the quarterback. As much as we want to sit here and say the quarterback matters the most, yes, I understand that. But you also have 10 other guys on that football field that have to do their part. If the offensive lineman can hold up for Jarrett Stidham just long enough, that can help out. If the running backs can get going, break a tackle, make a play, they're allowed to make plays. Guys, you know that. Jalil, RJ, you guys can make plays. You know that, right? So go out there, make plays. Make it easy on Jarrett Stidham if you're Cortland Sutton or if you're Marvin Mims. Beat the guy in front of you for an easy pass. Now, I know it's hard to do. This is going to be the championship game. But it's possible. And then, of course, that defense, get those turnovers. Have that scheme ready. Understand, communicate. That's how you win this game.
Here's Jarrett Stidham from yesterday on if he's thought at all about how this next chapter could change his whole life.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, I'm not focused on anything but Sunday. What is my job on each and every play? What is my job? How can I help my teammates succeed on Sunday? I do not care about anything outside of the next 5 days and what my job is. So that's the only thing I'm focused on.
I love the blinders. I love the myopic focus. All right.
Don't the horse races have the blinders?
Oh yeah. No, there's no question. I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to ask it, and I've seen the conversations being had on social media and elsewhere. That if Jarrett Stidham, just go with me, and if you're sensitive and just.
Somebody is always sensitive. They're always mad at us. So
if you can't handle an awkward conversation, just turn the channel, okay? So let's just say, okay, let's just get crazy, okay? Let's just get crazy. I'm going to wave a wand, and Jarrett Stidham is going to win this game and go on to win the Super Bowl, okay?
Skadoosh.
Is there any sort of quarterback controversy here in Denver? And he plays great.
Yeah, he plays great.
He's having 2-3 touchdown passes, no turnovers. You're not winning with him. You're winning partly because of him.
Ooh, the answer is going to be no. All right, like at the end of the day, this is Bo Nix's team, and he's young. This is not like Bo Nix has been there for 3, 4, 5 years, and he finally got here, and now someone took over, and that guy is young, and now you can kind of say, okay, he's a young guy, and we can continue to develop him like the Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. With Bo Nix, a big reason why we are here and we're 14-3 this year is because of that man in those fourth quarter comebacks. And so the answer would be no. Jarrett Stidham is going to get his opportunity to be a starting quarterback somewhere else. That's what he wants. That's what I have said this whole time, that, hey, at some point, Sean Payton is going to cut that man loose, all right, and let him fly and have his opportunity to battle for a starting job. Well, if Jarrett Stidham goes out there and plays well and wins a Super Bowl, I mean, somebody is going to take that man and say, you are our starting quarterback. And now for Stidham, he's going to get paid more money. Mm-hmm. He's going to have that opportunity, and life is good for him. For us here in Denver with Broncos country, Bo Nix, it's the Bo Nix show still. He has proven 2 years in a row, right? Stidham still hasn't proven through a whole season that he can be that same version of himself. Bo Nix is the same version of himself, especially in the fourth quarters. So, Z, the answer is no for me. What about you?
Of course you're right. Yeah, full cosign.
You had me for a second. I'm like, uh-oh.
This is Bo's team here moving forward. And I don't think even in the most important 2-game sequence that you'll find in American sports, the conference championship game and the Super Bowl, I still don't think that it would be enough equity to undo what Bo Nix has put together in 2 years. And has Bo been perfect? No. But don't let perfection be the enemy of really damn good. Bo Nix has been really damn good. And I think that when he slayed the dragon that is the Bills and the reigning MVP and outperforming Josh Allen in front of the world, I think that something flipped. You know, we talked about it on Monday, and I don't think that a 2-game sequence would usurp 2 years and change the organizational plan. But I also agree with you. I think that you would have to get Jarrett Stidham out of here because in games where Bo struggle, the chirps and the suggestions of, look, they existed already earlier this year. If Stidham went out and wins this game and won the Super Bowl, like it would be a chorus of people who already maybe were reluctant on Bo in the first place and who are looking for a reason, and it would just be probably a little bit too much noise, I would say.
Way too much noise. And like you said, the first time Bo Nix throws an interception or struggles in that game, what is everybody going to say? Put Jarrett Stidham in, the guy that won the Super Bowl. You know, so I understand what is going to come with this if Stidham can pull off this amazing upset and shock the world. And that's great for him. But also for Jarrett Stidham, like, don't think he's not sweating bullets over there. He understands that this is the biggest game of his life that he has ever played in, and it can change his life for the good or keep it the same. And what I mean by that is you go out there and you win this game, go to a Super Bowl, you will have a chance to fight for a starting job somewhere else and change plans and change your kid's life by being a starting quarterback in this league. But if you go in there and you throw 3 or 4 interceptions, which could happen, this man has not played football for a very long time, and let's say he does that, he's going to always be looked at as a backup quarterback.
Yeah, permanently stamped.
Permanently stamped because it's the NFL. And when NFL stamps you with what they think you are, it's hard to shake that off. So Jarrett Stidham knows that this is a huge game for him to just change people's mind.
All right, man. Fascinating conversation. I never would have thought I'd be asking a question like I did 4 or 5 minutes ago. Let's just enjoy it. This season's been crazy anyway. This season's been nuts.
It's been fun.
But it feels like a little bit of magic is sprinkled on the season from the start. And so we'll see what the next chapter is. Okay, there's some real history on the Broncos side on Sunday when it comes to betting the game. I'll give you 3 numbers you need to know next.
Support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital today for a chance to win 2 tickets to Super Bowl 60. One lucky winner and a guest can win 2 tickets to the big game, attend the exclusive Legends for Charity event, and a meet and greet with ESPN's Kirk Herbstreit, plus a 4-night hotel stay, round-trip airfare, and ride-and-share credit. Go to propeller.la/Super Bowl LX for more details. That's propeller.la/Super Bowl LX. No donation required for entry. See official rules on propeller.la for details. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Great pricing options and bank financing? You bet. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Finished basements, windows, and doors. Done right since 1985. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Visit drhi.com. Thanks.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are you worrying about those upcoming credit card bills after the holidays? If you're a homeowner, there's no better time than now to call American Financing and wipe out that debt. Eliminate the stress and set yourself up for a strong 2026. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time in December, guys. American Financing can help you access that equity in your home at an interest rate in the low 5s. You heard that right, in the low 5s. That's a much lower rate than the average 20% or more credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $800 a month. Guys, that's like a $10,000 raise to start the new year. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to see how much you can save. And they are closing some in as fast as 10 days and even delaying 2 mortgage payments. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans, at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334 and MLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000. 957-9000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry is Colorado's largest watch repair center. We service all major brands, factory authorized for TAG Heuer, Cartier, Omega, Breitling, Panerai, IWC, and many more. Matthews, we have time for you.
Online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Your initial visit is only $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
HelloFresh makes home cooking nutritious, delicious, and exciting. You excited when you get those freezer-burnt, pre-packaged meals in the mail? I know I'm not. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
New year, new you, new. It's January at Castle Rock Autoplex, and we're exhausted from all these amazing deals. Get it? Exhausted? Ford, Chevy, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram. We've got more choices than you've got resolutions you're about to break. Why hit the gym when you can hit the lot? That new car smell burns 0 calories, but feels way better. Castle Rock Autoplex, where your New Year's resolution's finally one you'll keep. Beep, beep, baby. Let's do this.
Still haven't filed your taxes? You're not alone, but the longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties, interest, letters, none of it goes away on its own. At Advanced Tax Solutions, resolving IRS problems is all they do. Whether you're a year behind or 10, their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, stop the stress, and help you get back on track. Don't let another day slip by. A quick call could mean a quick resolution. Contact my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions today and take control of your tax situation before the IRS does.
Today's trivia on The Fan is brought to you by Window Nation.
Want to partake in our contest? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota State with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with St. Cloud State in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Utah with pregame starting at 7:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota with pregame starting at 1:30. Followed by DU hockey skating with St. Cloud State in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on The Drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it. 1. All righty. Man, I'll say this, man. There is some legit pushback on the RamosLaw.com text line when it comes to the question, hey, if Stidham pulls this off and the Broncos happen to win the Super Bowl, and I know it's a, lofty conversation, would there be some sort of quarterback controversy? a lot of people saying you're absolutely nuts if you don't think there'd be a controversy. But let's circle back to it.
Yeah, let's put a pin in that one, because I'm not understanding why people are just ready to jump off Bo Nix's train and get on the Stiddy for the city.
Well, we'll
I understand we need him.
Maybe I can read a couple RamosLaw.com texts. I think Dante's got an opinion on this. We can look at maybe some of the history of it, but we'll get to it here shortly. I said going into the break, there's some real history on the Broncos side on Sunday when it comes to betting the game. And before I share this with you, guys, you guys know by now I love this world. And even when I'm not putting a dollar on anything, I'm paying attention to it because you can learn what these odds makers, like the famous line, those buildings didn't build themselves in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, they're really good at what they do. All right. So I think you can always learn something regardless whether you're betting the game or not. But I also want to say this too, man, guys, you have to keep it recreational and you have to keep it fun. When you go to the movie theater, you don't walk out and expect to get your money back because you enjoyed the movie. No, like, you're paying for the experience. And I would just really look at it like that. I would never, ever gamble what you can't lose. And you guys know that in your heart of hearts to be true anyway. But it's just a reminder, man, around this time of year, these games are big. Do not over leverage yourself. Keep it fun. Keep it recreational. That being said,
you're gonna put your house on it. That being said, I feel really good about this one.
Nope. I've learned enough lessons when I was younger. When I didn't have the money to lose, and I was still betting. Like, what are you doing? So here we go. NFL history: when a home underdog, like the Broncos are this week, getting 4 points or more, like the Broncos are this week, they are 9-0 against the spread. The home dog, 9-0. All right. For what it's worth, Denver in the month of January, 5-0 against the spread. January all time. 2 of those happened in the playoffs. Once came against Brady and these Patriots. Another one was the Tim Tebow game against the Steelers, the DT game.
A little magic there.
Yep. Here's another one. When Sean Payton is an underdog, regular season and postseason, he is 61-42-2 against the spread. That's a cover rate of 59%. But when he's getting more than 3 points in his career, when Sean Payton is getting more than 3 points, he is 66% against the spread. So a lot of good history. Again, if you're not even betting a dollar, the history of the thing says this isn't going to be a blowout. This is going to be close, and the Broncos have a great chance of keeping it close.
And that's all you're asking for. You're asking for that chance. At the end of the game, can Jarrett Stidham march down the field and set up for a game-winning field goal so that we can move on to the next round, which is the Super Bowl. And Sean Payton has done it before. Sean Payton has a winning record like you just got done explaining. So I'm not a betting man. I want to keep my money in my pocket. But, I have all the faith in Sean and this team and what they can do this week, this Sunday at 1 o'clock.
All right, next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, Avs lose 2-1 in a shootout at home. They're now 21-4 at home. Talking about the Avs. Man, wasn't the funnest game to watch last night.
No, it was the first 2 periods was a slugfest, and I know Anaheim went on and put the puck at the back of the net first in the second period. And then after that, it was just kind of back and forth. Get to the third period, then it kind of starts getting turned on. But the goalie over there stood on his head.
He did.
40 saves.
He did.
Come on now. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better performance than what that goalie did over there with the Ducks. With that being said, we had opportunities.
Yep.
All right, we were over 2 with the power play. That has to change. We know that could be the Achilles heel for this team. We have everything, right? People are calling it the wagon. Like the team is a wagon, but you have to take care of business. Special teams matters in this. You have to execute on the power play. Now, the penalty kill, we're one of the best, if not the best, to do that. But we have to balance that out by scoring more goals when the opportunity presents itself in the power play.
Well, the Avs have been such a good third period team, and the way that they started, it was like they all did smelling salts before the third period because they came out like on fire. I mean, just flying around and outside, Lecky's goal there. It never translated because, man, you mentioned that goaltender. You talk about passing the eye test. That guy was magical last night, and so you're gonna run into that every now and then. But they still managed to salvage a point. Yep. It's like always feels like they still salvage the point regardless. Next game for these Colorado Avalanche is against the Flyers, and that'll be tomorrow night at home. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3!
All right, Jesse Minter. Jesse Minter has just been hired as the new coach of the Baltimore Ravens. We heard this young man's name here all season long, right here in the division.
Yep.
The defensive coordinator, he just signed a 5-year contract extension. He is the heir apparent to John Harbaugh.
It's going to be interesting to see how this Ravens team looks, right? It's been John Harbaugh. The identity has been tough, gritty. You know, Lamar Jackson is another name to look out for. Does he get traded? Can Minter find a way to kind of get Lamar Jackson going again, get him back to his MVP self? Like, there's a lot of questions out there. So let's see what happens.
Just 42 years old. Just 42 years old, and is going to inherit an organization that is as consistent as any that you'll find in American sports. And this is someone who, by the way, Jesse Minter spent time with the Ravens. This is going back to 2017-18. He was a defensive assistant, and then he became the D-backs coach he became the assistant D-backs coach in 19, and then became the D-backs coach officially in 2020.
And this is all with the Ravens?
All with the Ravens.
Okay, so he's familiar with a bunch of players there, especially Lamar Jackson.
Yep, and so he just kept on rising. He gets the defensive coordinator job at Michigan, and then becomes the DC with Harbaugh for the Chargers, and now he's got his own organization to run. So, and then the Lamar thing, the next chapter with that is because there was a prevailing thought that, well, you know, they picked Lamar, but then there's still scuttlebutt of they could trade Lamar Jackson, and that would be a blockbuster if that happens. Do you think that's going to happen?
No, I don't. There's not a lot of good quarterbacks out there, MVP-capable quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson's one of them. Why would you want to get rid of a franchise QB? It doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're going a different direction, but it'd be dumb to get rid of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. All right. What kind of chance does Peyton Manning give Jarrett Stidham and the Broncos this weekend? We'll hear from the sheriff next.
Will the Broncos defense have an answer for Drake May? Will Sean Payton find more success in the run game? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football pregame show, live on game day from Mile High Station starting at 11 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I wore glasses as a kid growing up, then I had LASIK surgery. When I hit my 50s, I started needing those reading glasses to see menus, text, read stats, see my computer, study film. Well, I decided to go see Dr. Cudarelli at Cudarelli Vision for refractive lens exchange. It is a game changer, and it could be for you as well. Join Dr. Cudarelli for his live webinar to learn more about refractive lens exchange from Cudarelli Vision, January 28th at noon. This free webinar is the perfect opportunity to meet Dr. Cudarelli and have him answer all your questions about Cudarelli Vision RLE. Who's a good candidate? How long is the procedure and recovery time? What's the cost? Dr. Cudarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. He can tell you when it's your right time for RLE like he did for me. Register for the webinar at coloradorle.com. It's January 28th at noon. Cudarelli Vision RLE. No readers, no glasses, no contacts, no cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Jewelry Graham. Hi, I'm Brian, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. We have just the right gift for your sweetheart this Valentine's Day. Any style, any budget. Like heart-shaped necklaces, birthstones, or hand-matched diamond studs. Getting engaged? Create a dream ring and choose from natural and lab-grown diamonds in all shapes and sizes. Come see us in store or at shaneco.com because a friend wants you to win Valentine's Day. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey guys, believe it or not, golf season is just around the corner, and that means the newest gear and the latest tech are starting to drop. It's Stoke here from my friends at Embers Golf. If you want to hit the ground running in 2026, now's the time to get dialed in. Book a custom fitting at Embers Golf and experience the newest equipment built to elevate your game. I know, trust me, I got set up last year, and spots fill up fast. So get in, get fit, and get ready to play your best season yet. Get everyone in the family ready for golf season at Embers Golf in Westminster. Embers Golf, ignite your game.
Ben Franklin here to talk to you about your water heater. A water heater is a vital part of your home's plumbing. When it doesn't work, it can really freeze up your routine. Call the pros at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing about water heater options for your home. Visit BenjaminFranklinPlumbing.com or call 877-BEN-1776 to request an appointment.
The local pros call Benjamin Franklin Plumbing.
Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hey, Mark Schlereth here. A new year doesn't always call for something new. Sometimes it calls for something better. If your home would be more comfortable with better windows or new siding, Gravina's Window Center of Littleton can help. Right now, save 25% on Infinity replacement windows and 20% off James Hardy siding with 12 months no interest financing. Call them 303-794-0490 to schedule your free in-home visit or visit windowsforyourhome.com and say this is the year your home feels better.
New deals, new wheels. AutoNation's New Year, New Wheels event is going on now. Drive any new or used vehicle 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Save thousands on Toyotas, Fords, Hondas, Chevys, Mercedes-Benz, and more. 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation store today or AutoNation.com. On select models with approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase on deferred payments. See store for details.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and yet the results last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Dr. Tanya Pauls and Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment using your own natural hair. Advanced Hair restores your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning, and they guarantee your new hair will grow for life. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and $250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Pretty cool anytime Peyton Manning comes on the fan.
The sheriff.
And he has done it quite a bit through the years. Now he doesn't do it too much. Maybe once a year. Sometimes I think I'll skip a year and it's you go every other year.
Once a year he's gonna bless us with his presence.
Yes.
The last quarterback here in Denver to take us to the promised land. And I know the Super Bowl 50 defense did a lot of the heavy lifting, but it's still Peyton Manning. And we were able to win a Super Bowl and get a Super Bowl and have a parade because of the sheriff, Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Here is PFM on our morning show. Stokely and Evans with Zach By and Mark Schlereth. And I'm featured a lot, I'm featured a lot.
Are you getting paid double?
They owe me a cut of that bonus that they got. All right, so here is PFM talking about the difficulties of Stidham playing his first game this week.
Yeah. Listen, there's no substitute for repetitions and practice and live reps in games. and that's something that you just can't replicate. I know there's some virtual reality things out there, but it's nothing like playing with Cortland Sutton in a game at Mile High on a 3rd and 7 in the fourth quarter, and that's something that hasn't happened. So sure, there could be some rust, from that standpoint, but he certainly gets plenty of reps throwing to Cortland in practice. Every day they're doing routes versus air, where it's Stidham and Bo. They're rotating those reps, and obviously once you get into the practice part, Bo's going to get the majority of the reps in the 7-on-7 in the team period. But Sean always has good practice plans, and he's getting guys ready to play because you just never know, right? I mean, Jared's been one snap away all season. He's known that. Sean's known that, and luckily we haven't had to see that because Bo stayed healthy up until this point. Kind of a freak injury has brought us to this point, but I think Sean's going to rally the troops. I think the fact that the Broncos are underdogs, Sean's going to try to use that to the Broncos' advantage and, kind of tell the team that nobody thinks they can win. Look at the point spread. It's already changed. Look at Bo was playing. My guess is the Broncos would be favorites. So, but I'll say on the other side, I don't think Mike Vrabel cares a lot about that either. Mike's old school, and he's blocking out the noise as well. But I think Sean's going to try to use this to motivate the team and, challenge our defense to hold them to no points, which is possible with how well Vance and the defense has done. So I see it being a great football game.
What stuck out to you there, Phil?
One that Peyton was able to say, even though Jared Stidham wasn't able to get all the reps, he's still doing it in practice. He's still throwing to Cortland Sutton. He's still getting the reps during the practice squad units and getting the touchdowns and making it hard for the defense throughout the practice. That's his job. But also having that faith that he can go out there and show out. But then also Mr. Payton's putting the pressure on the defense, and he believes that the defense can hold this New England Patriots offense to 0 points, which is going to be very hard to do. But I'm with Mr. Sheriff, Peyton Manning there. I'm with, hey, the defense has to step up. They're going to have to get turnovers. Jared Stidham, at the end of the day, it's football. Kind of get your feet up under you and then go from there.
Well, when he said all that, and I agree, and those are valuable reps, but he also mentioned there, he's like, man, but you just can't replicate 3rd and 7, fourth quarter, AFC like what? Like, you can't even replicate that if you're Bo Nix with all the regular season games. Like, this is, say there's 13 minutes, you're 13 minutes from the Super Bowl, 3rd and long. Like, that's its own animal. And the fact that Stidham hasn't thrown an NFL pass in 749 days, and this is going to be the longest streak in NFL history by 2 times 2,
baby,
of someone who didn't throw a pass in a game and then is asked to start a postseason game. This is just a different animal, man. It's just a different animal, different beast.
It is, and we all wish we weren't in this predicament. We were wishing that Bo Nix was ready to go, and it was going to be Bo Nix versus Drake May, and that's all fine and dandy, but now it is the Stidham show. What can he do? 3rd and 7, fourth quarter. You have to have it. You know who you're going to. Cortland Sutton. You know Sean's going to draw that play up. Cortland understands he's going to have to do a little bit more. You're going to have to get off that line, right? Get off that press a little bit faster so that you can give your guy, Jared Stidham, a chance. All right, be more confident knowing that you have Cortland getting open a little faster. So I have all the confidence in the world with Sean, with Jared Stidham and what he has done and just being around Sean Payton, Davis Webb, and, of course, Bo Nix. Now go out there and prove that you belong as a starter in this league.
Here's one more from PFM, the sheriff, on our morning show. Does he think Bo has proved enough to be the long-term answer in Denver?
Yeah. Listen, I just like the way he competes, and I think expectations were high. I think Sean, probably made them high as well. Which tells you Sean believes in him. But certainly on some of those games where maybe his statistics weren't as good, it kind of almost like caused disappointment and letdown. But he's still a second-year quarterback.
Hey, real quick, I got to pause it here. I'm going kind of psychiatrist here, but knowing Peyton the way that, like, how he is, And in the way that he just answered that question, you could tell he was not a fan of Sean saying all that top 5 stuff about Bo Nix. Do you follow me on that?
Yeah, I mean, but who is? I mean, even Bo himself felt uncomfortable when he was with Kay Adams. And
He
they were
did not
talking
like it.
about
Yep,
it. Yeah,
yep.
you know, it puts so much more pressure on a young man that's still trying to figure out the plays, trying to figure out this system. And now you have your head coach that speaks highly of you, which is great.
Right.
Fine and dandy, but it's like, coach.
The shot calling.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Like, first Super Bowl, now you're telling me I'm top 5?
Yes, and then put a timestamp on it, too.
He said by year 3.
And, so you could just tell, like, Peyton was like, and then when he doesn't play well, that caused frustration.
Yeah.
So, but here's more of his answer about Bo Nix.
And in his second year in this system in the NFL, he's just going to continue to get better. But he made some critical plays at critical times in some close games when the game was on the line. And, you know, sometimes it wasn't maybe so pretty in the first or second quarter, but it was pretty in the fourth quarter when it counted. And so he's got that in him. And, you know, those are things that he can improve on, playing more of a consistent 4-quarter game as he matures and gets older. I mean, obviously he's an older player with the COVID year and a transfer year. You know, he's a 25-year-old quarterback coming in, which certainly helped in his transition, but he's still a young NFL quarterback. And, yes, I definitely think that, and I think he's got a great future ahead of him.
Good stuff from Peyton Manning this morning. Again, it's just always a treat when he just takes 10 minutes of his time and comes on the fan. It's great. It's the best. We love Peyton. So appreciate him doing that for sure. Okay. It is just about 4 o'clock on a Thursday and during the football season, and it is still the football season here in Denver. We play a little trivia coming up next.
The 2 best teams in the AFC are going head-to-head for a chance to play in the Super Bowl. Start your Sunday off right with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 9 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
When you're dealing with joint pain, you don't just want guesswork. You want a real plan. And that's why I send people to RegenRx in Denver. Their professionalism is on another level, guys. The moment you walk in, they break everything down for you. Maybe it's the Wharton's jelly to support the joints. Maybe it's the shockwave therapy to wake that blood flow back up. Whatever the situation is, they are going to sit you down, map it out step by step. And they don't just treat you one time and disappear. No. At RegenRx, they even build a 6-month booster to help keep your results feeling strong. That's how you know they're serious about long-term performance. But here's the part that everybody loves the most. The consultation is completely free. You heard me, it's free. No risk, no commitment, just real answers. If you're dealing with degenerative joints or pain that's slowing you down, this is your chance to see if these treatments can work for you. Look, the joint pain can steal your explosiveness, your confidence, or even the ability to keep up with your kids. Stop pushing through it. Your quality of life matters. You matter. So give RegenRx a call today at 303-630-9770 for your free consultation. Invest in your future self and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fee fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Hey, Colorado, when you're in the market for a new truck or SUV, head to Johnson Auto Plaza. Explore their huge selection of new Chevy, Buick, and GMC trucks and SUVs. Find your new truck or SUV at JohnsonChevyBuickGMC.com. Stop in and experience the Johnson advantage that so many now know. Johnson Auto Plaza is your truck and SUV headquarters. Just north of E470 on Highway 85, JohnsonChevyBuickGMC.com.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Denver counts on Fix It 24/7 for heating and plumbing with legendary service. Proud partner of the Denver Broncos and proud to serve the community. FixMyHome.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota State with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with St. Cloud State in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Utah with pregame starting at 7:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota with pregame starting at 1:30. Followed by DU hockey skating with St. Cloud State in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, happy Thursday to you as we are inching closer and closer and closer to the AFC Championship game on Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m.
I can feel it. You're going to be feeling that the chill of that air come Saturday.
Yeah, we'll see. Trying to make my way into the building. I don't have a ticket right now, but I'm working on it. The first game is at 4 at Mile High. Second game, the NFC Championship game, at 4:30 on Fox. When I was growing up, this was basically the football schedule. We just called them the 1s and the 4s.
Okay.
You know, the 1 o'clock games and the 4 o'clock games. And obviously a lot different out here. And the best time for sports viewing of any time zone is here in the Mountain Time Zone. But my traditional East Coast setup there this weekend. All right. By the way, I was told no electric vest.
No?
If I make security will take it. Because it's battery powered and whatnot. So I'm glad someone told me that.
For sure, you would have got tackled.
If I lost a layer of clothing on the way in, that would have not been good. All right, it's Thursday, halfway through the show. During the season, we play trivia. Dante Gomez, hit the music.
Question number 1. Who is the New England Patriots all-time playoff rushing yards leader? Is it Sony Michel, LeGarrette Blount, Corey Dillon, or Kevin Falk?
All right. Wow.
I'm going to just say, the first one that came to my head was Kevin Falk.
Really?
Yeah. But then again with Falk, he caught a lot out of the backfield. So maybe I'm wrong on that one. Because number 33, I remember in 33, they were always in the playoffs. He was always making big plays.
Yeah. LeGarrette Blount definitely did his thing. But the numbers that Corey Dillon put up, I mean, between when he sequenced from Cincinnati to New England, like he put up huge numbers for the Patriots. Like,
oh yeah,
I think he's got like Hall of Fame caliber like numbers.
When was he a Patriot?
Wasn't it around the same time with Randy Moss and
It was the first half of the Brady Patriots experience. I just forget how many years he was there, but like in terms of his regular season numbers, like I'm pretty sure, and I know this is a postseason question, but like man, oh man, he was on I want to say a couple of those Super Bowl teams, I think. And I want to say he was like 1,300 yards, like regular season running back. He was still so good for the Patriots.
My mind went to LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah, I was gonna say LeGarrette Blount. Why LeGarrette Blount for you?
First of all, it sounds like you're saying a baseball player with
Right.
Blount at the end.
Say Lou Gehrig Blount. It's LeGarrette.
I just feel like I remember seeing something that he accomplished some stat that it was like, really? It's LeGarrette Blount? And I think it was this.
Yeah, he was so good in the postseason.
He was.
And didn't he at one point, because he won another Super Bowl, he was with the Steelers.
I think he won with the Eagles.
Wait.
Was
Did you guys just say just two different teams?
We did. Yeah. I think he won one with the Eagles.
I think he did too.
And then I think he went maybe back to the Patriots after that.
He did.
Yeah.
And that team was winning the division every single year. And they might have been in the 2000s too. I just don't remember it as much, but they were in the playoffs and making deep runs. Like it was one of those where you can kind of put in pencil Patriots in the AFC Championship.
I like LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah. The guy that's going to punch you out. Walk out of the
Literally.
stadium. Literally.
Yeah.
What was that story again?
It was when he was in Oregon.
It was Boise State,
Oregon. Boise State, Oregon.
That's right.
He walked out. He walked out of the Steelers. It was after a game. I don't know if it was a playoff game. It was after a game. He walked out, and that's when I want to say the Patriots picked him back up, and they went into and they won a Super Bowl.
Oh, the Corey Dillon one. His numbers were so big for a few years there. But I don't feel too bad. I think it's either LeGarrette Blount or Corey Dillon. I think it's one of those two.
I also really like Kevin Falk.
Do you do?
I do. Because, man, that was during Tom Brady's young years.
Yeah.
When I think they probably ran the ball a little bit more than they did later on.
That team wasn't putting up points, though. They would win Super Bowls
fair.
like 21-17.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm torn between Blount and Falk, honestly.
I'm torn between Blount and Corey Dillon.
I think they want us to take the bait on Corey Dillon. I like Blount.
You like Blount? How about you, Dante?
That was my vote, Blount.
All right, let's go with LeGarrette Blount.
Wait, Phil, say his first name again.
LeGarrette Blount.
There it
There it is.
You guys always messing with me, huh?
No, I mean, I'm sorry, but saying Lou Gehrig was.
All right, let's go LeGarrette Blount. Final answer. Send it in.
Send it in, Jerome! Answer, clock-killing Corey Dillon.
Oh,
man.
Guys. I advocated.
You did.
You did.
Yep.
Clock killing Corey Dillon, huh?
Man, oh man, that stings. I should have fought harder. Okay, next question.
Question number 2. Who is currently the longest tenured manager in Major League Baseball? Is it the Diamondbacks' Torey Lovullo, the Dodgers' Dave Roberts, the Yankees' Aaron Boone, or the Rays' Kevin Cash?
Phil, you should take this one.
Since you want to talk baseball.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Let's sit back here. Hey, this one's on Drew. Go ahead, Drew.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, right off the bat, I am about 97% sure it's Aaron Boone.
Oh, see, I was like 95% sure it was Kevin Cash.
Well, he said 97.
All right, well, so that so Kevin Cash took over for Joe Madden, who left for the Cubs in 2012 or 13.
I was just saying 13.
I think it was 13, maybe even 14.
Also, I'm pretty sure I saw like an Instagram from like Sports Center, and it was like the longest tenured coach in every major sport. And I remember being surprised that it was Kevin Cash. I did just say that for the last question about LeGarrette Blount, but this one I saw like a week ago.
Drew, you said you were 97% sure?
Yeah, I feel like Aaron Boone has been in
He's
New
been there
York
forever.
I think he was there when they won the World Series back in 2009, or went to the World Series in 2009.
You think he was a skipper then? I thought that was Girardi.
Oh, you know what? You might be right.
It's not Torrey?
No.
Well, you're not familiar with Joe Girardi anyway.
When did Joe
so-
Torre leave?
Joe Torre, that's an inside joke here behind the scenes. I almost committed a felony a couple months ago. Dante Gomez, he's like, Drew, you think Zach would know who Joe Girardi was? And I was like looking at him like, you know I'm murdering you with my eyes right now?
Oh, man.
Like, what the hell?
All right, fine, Zach, take the question.
I couldn't resist that one.
I'm going to say
Dante's gonna keep us on our toes.
I'm going to say
Show us
Kevin
all the-
Cash. I'm going to say Kevin Cash. Boone has been there for a long time, but I believe it was got me talking about Joe Torre. I believe it was Girardi who was there.
Yeah, you might be right the more I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Let's go with,
I would actually even say David Roberts over Girardi. But
who
I
are you
like
going
Cash.
with?
Cash is my answer.
Yeah, I think Kevin Cash.
Yeah, let's go Kevin Cash. Let's go Kevin Cash. Let's go final answer. Send it in.
Send it in, Jerome! Answer, Tampa's Kevin Cash.
Let's go.
Since 2014.
Let's go. Let's go. Put the ball in my hands.
Oh!
Right? Dante said, then you take it, Zach. And I said, Kevin Cash.
He stole my answer.
Dante, you didn't want
Dissension.
you weren't confident.
I said 95%. That's like as confident as you can get.
No, Drew said
99.
97.
I was
but
even more
Drew was
confident.
lying.
I had to break the tie, and I picked the right answer.
I wasn't
was no
lying. I
tie.
was just wrong.
Next question.
I knew for a fact it was Kevin Cash. I should have said 100.
All right. Should have. All right. Next
Question number 3. Since 2000, name the golfers who have won 4 or more majors during that time.
Since 2000, who has won 4 or more majors? So,
That's pretty open-ended, by the way.
Yeah, I don't like how open-ended it is. Like, there's not a number of people we're trying to say.
Right.
Well, Rory McIlroy's not automatic because he's got the Grand
Yeah,
Slam.
Rory. I think Tiger.
I think
Yeah,
Tiger in that time
yep,
frame.
Yep. 4 or more.
Scotty Scheffler.
Yes.
Does he have 4?
Yep.
So that's 3.
Scotty, yeah. Right?
I think he has 4. I think
yeah,
he
he's got
actually has
4.
exactly 4.
Okay. What about
Brooks Koepka also has.
Yep, Brooks
I think he's got
Koepka.
5 total.
How many are we looking for again?
We don't know.
There is no answer.
There's no answer.
Right. Oh God, no. That's way too open-ended. That's
So-
way too open-ended.
We got 4 right there. I think we just leave it at 4.
Sure. Go.
And for your curveball question, which sports event was the first to use a continuous score bug on an American broadcast?
The first sporting event to use a continuous score bug, and for those who don't know, the score bug is just at the bottom of the screen where it's just a little box and they keep
Like
the running
score,
score and timeouts,
play clock.
Yeah, time. Yeah.
I feel like it has to be like the NBA Finals or like the Super Bowl. Also, it's crazy that they used to not have the score up throughout the entire game.
Yeah, right.
Especially like a basketball.
Tennis doesn't have tennis wouldn't be,
I mean, it could be.
It could be for sure.
and it's been around for
It has.
a while.
I kind of lean baseball.
Baseball?
honestly, because you got the outs, you got the inning, the count. It feels like that would be the one that you would maybe want to have up there first.
Because there is so much counting
Correct.
with every kind
Yeah.
of, I know they're batter, but like possession, if you're doing an air quotes, like
Yeah.
every possession has its own count.
See, for that reason, I think it could be basketball because the score is always changing.
Mm.
And it says sporting event too, so it's not just which sport.
So I would go World Series.
I would, or World Series,
Or
like
NBA
a Wimbledon,
Finals or-
NBA Finals.
I don't know. It's a super niche question. I'm not sure. I would say basketball for the reason that you mentioned.
I'm good with NBA Finals.
Okay.
NBA Finals.
Yeah,
You
let's
okay
go
with
with
that, Phil? All right, let's go NBA Finals. Send it in.
Send it in, Jerome! Answer, the 1994 FIFA World Cup.
Wow.
All right.
Not even close.
Okay.
They don't even need a score bug.
No.
In soccer, that's the most ridiculous answer.
You're not wrong.
All right. So much attention has been paid to MVP candidate Drake May, but we need to shine some light on the defense that's coming a mile high on Sunday, and we'll do that next.
How will Sean Payton scheme things up for Jarrett Stidham? Will the Broncos defense find ways to generate more turnovers? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football Postgame Show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is going on, you guys? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers, and it's a brand new year, and I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question soon, and if that is the case, you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers. So whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a milestone, or hey, just finally doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it all begins at Williams Jewelers. This new year, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secret to the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Get a double dose of Division I basketball action on Saturday, January 24th at the University of Denver. Tip off the day at 11 a.m. as the DU women host ORU, followed by the men at 2 p.m. versus North Dakota. It will be a Saturday of nonstop action in Hamilton Gym. Join us for Denver basketball. Get your tickets today online at denverpioneers.com.
I am down 60 pounds with SodaWeightLoss.com, and the weight came off naturally. And I'll tell you, having my own nutritionist, someone who is always available by text, made all the difference. It's real support from a real person. That keeps you consistent. SodaWeightLoss.com is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results. Clients look and feel just like I do, 10 years younger. You're moving easier, you sleep better, you get your confidence back, and it is awesome. And with nearly 9,000 plus positive Google reviews, the results speak for themselves. And here's the best part. Join now and your partner joins for free. You start together, you support each other, and you both get younger feeling, healthier versions of yourselves. Go to SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SodaWeightLoss.com, SOTA weightloss.com. Learn how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat, and transform your life, just like I did with SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, state of the art.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant,
front, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Brandon Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Tune into Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So much of the Patriots conversation has revolved around Drake May, and rightfully so. He plays quarterback and is the MVP candidate. He's either going to win it or be runner-up. But we got to talk about this defense, man. We have got to talk about this Patriots defense, who in 2 playoff games has held both opponents to under 20 points. And I don't mean in each game. I mean combined.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That it should not be possible. But between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers, if you combine their score, it equals 19 points.
Well, first off, Z, anything's possible. But with that defense, you're right. Like, you're looking at it like, how could this truly be possible? You're in the playoffs. Everybody should be going 100 miles an hour. There should be some scoring going on. But this defense, the New England Patriots defense, they're stout. They added a couple guys that have been injured. They're back in the mix. They're getting the turnovers. I mean, look, in the last 2 games, the Patriots recorded 9 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, 20 QB hits. That's huge because not everything's about the sacks, but if you can get the pressure, if you can hit that quarterback and make him panic, make him feel that pressure, usually you'll get some turnovers that way. And you talk about turnovers, all right? The Patriots have 5 turnovers and 1 pick six. So they're getting the pressure, they're getting the sacks, they're getting the turnovers, they tackle well. Everything you're asking for this defense to do, they're doing at a high level, and they've bailed Drake May out a couple times where Drake May throws an interception or a fumble happens, and the defense has to go right back out there, but they get that turnover and say, here, Drake May, here's another opportunity, and that's all you can ask for.
Well, in each of those playoff games as well, Phil, in the 20 quarterback hits is nuts. I mean, in 2 football games, that is wild.
Come on.
Now, I'll say this. The offensive line that defense will be going up against on Sunday is far and away better than the offensive lines for either the Houston Texans and certainly the banged-up Chargers.
You're right about that.
So let's bake that into the conversation. But also, they didn't just hold those 2 opponents to a combined less than 20 points. They held them to a combined less than 500 yards. So teams to play in the wild card and the divisional rounds and allow fewer than 20 points and 500 yards in the last 25 years, there's only 2 teams. The 2006 Colts and the 2000 Ravens both won the Super Bowl that year. That is the sort of classification that New England has put themselves in defensively. And if you look at the history of the Patriots, they have had a top 5 scoring offense and defense 4 other times in their team's history. all 4 times they went and played in the Super Bowl, and 3 of the 4 they won the Super Bowl.
So now you're saying that we have to go up against a dominant defense because that's exactly who they are right now. You have a backup quarterback. Our defense that has been dominant, but they've been shaky, all right, for the past month. Let's be real. And we're trying to win this game. Why? Because if you win the game, you go to the Super Bowl. But it's going to be a tough task. Jarrett Stidham is going to have to do his job in taking care of that football. All right, you're on top of this, you're dealing with the defense that they play a 3-4. The reason for that is because it gives them the luxury to bail back pass rushers in different secondary players, whether it's a nickel, whether it's a corner, adding more to that. They're able to disguise in the back there. So Jarrett Stidham is going to have to be on his P's and Q's. He's going to have to be able to process things a lot faster, get the ball out of his hands, but don't make that mistake. I look at this defense as an adaptable defense. Like, what did Bruce Lee say? Be water, my friends. Like, for this Patriots defense, they're going to adjust on the fly. Can Sean Payton do the exact same thing? This is about chess, not checkers. You have to do things the right way, and it starts with Jarrett Stidham taking care of that football.
There's no doubt about it. You can't be – I mean, this goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. You can't have a negative turnover margin this weekend. You have a negative turnover margin, man, I would just handicap it as 90% chance you lose. It's too much to overcome, without your starting quarterback. So, and really without a run game, and I want to circle back to that here in just a minute. When you look at their total defense, that's combined stopping the run and stopping the pass, they're top 10. They're ranked 8th in total defense this year. You look at the scoring defense, they're top 5. They allow just 18 points a game, which ranks 4th. And if you like analytics and like to look beyond just the raw numbers of things, DVOA has become one of the more popular analytical measurements. It stands for defense adjusted value over average. Basically, it's super comprehensive. It takes everything into account, much like QBR over quarterback rating. It measures a team's performance relative to league average, adjusted for opponent strength, game situation, down and distance, all of that. And basically by DVOA, the Patriots defense has been better than the Broncos defense since week 10. So it's not a reason to be fearful, but you have to acknowledge the challenge that is awaiting these Broncos.
Oh, you got to have the respect. You got to put respect on the New England Patriots. They're trying to win a Super Bowl too. Now, what do you do about it, Denver? What do you do about it, defense? Offensively, can we get the run game going? Can there be a guy that we haven't talked about yet or don't talk about often that can make that extra play to help us win it? Z, you're going to be at the game. We need to see specifically what guy is going to come to play so that we can get to the Super Bowl. This is an important time where somebody has to step up and make that extra play.
All right, we'll see if they can do it. The battle on the field is going to be physical, but the matching of wits on the sideline is a different kind of heavyweight fight. We'll talk about it next.
Support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital today for a chance to win 2 tickets to Super Bowl 60. One lucky winner and a guest can win 2 tickets to the big game, attend the exclusive Legends for Charity event, and a meet and greet with ESPN's Kirk Herbstreit, plus a 4-night hotel stay, round-trip airfare, and ride-and-share credit. Go to propeller.la/Super Bowl LX for more details. That's propeller.la/Super Bowl LX. No donation required for entry. See official rules on propeller.la for details. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, gentlemen? The new year is here, and improving your health is probably high on that resolutions list. But when you're tired all the time, low on energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing the results like you used to in the gym, staying motivated can feel impossible. And here's the truth. Those are not just signs of you getting older. They're often signs that you're dealing with low testosterone. But I'm here to tell you that at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they're experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They've helped tens of thousands of men across Colorado feel better fast. And in just a few weeks, many men notice more energy, better workouts, improved sleep, and a stronger sex drive, and we all deserve to have that. All you need to do is get started by simply going to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com, take their quick 2-minute low T quiz, and schedule a consult. Your blood work is done on site, the results will be given back to you in 30 minutes, and your visit is only $99. And if you start the treatment the day of your appointment, the visit is free. You heard me, it's free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses, gentlemen. Go get treated. Give them a call today at 720 440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. We have the nation's lowest prices on the best equipment money can buy. We carry true treadmills. They are the smoothest, quietest, and best warranted treadmills ever built for the home. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For nearly half a century, my law firm has stood up for car accident victims right here in Colorado. Families, workers, neighbors, your community is our community. With over $1 billion won for our clients, our results speak for themselves. If you've been injured in a car accident, you deserve a team with experience, power, and a history of real wins. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WilhiteWins.com. The Wilhite Law Firm, Colorado's trusted injury law firm for almost 50 years.
All right, football fans. Foundation Kia wants you to catch a ride to the playoffs in an all-new Kia Sportage plug-in hybrid.
We got cars, yes we do!
With all-wheel drive, bold style, and smart tech that reads the field, this SUV is built for the mile high.
Woohoo!
Go Gridiron! Go big savings! Go Foundation! See us in Wheat Ridge or visit foundationkia.com and catch a ride.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. You want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I
do. Everyone does, but it's only U.S. Mortgages. Lock in a low rate today, and if rates fall in the future, we will redo your loan and lower your rate without any lender fees, including the appraisal. There's no limit to the number of times you can do this. Always have the lowest rate for life. Get our 475 5-year fixed rate, 5.89 APR. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Download to see if you qualify for Albert Instant Advance. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription is required for Instant Advance. Please see the Albert app or albert.com for subscription pricing. Subscriptions can be canceled at any time.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? You can get up to a $1,000 advance fast to pay for car repairs, bills, rent, groceries, whatever you need. Plus, Albert can help you find ways to save and give you a custom budget to actually grow your money.
Albert can get me up to $1,000?
Exactly. But they do more than get you up to $1,000. Albert is your financial assistant, helping you budget, save, and spotting you money in a pinch.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code PLAN to get up to $1,000 for your bills, rent, groceries, and more.
more. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code PLAN to get up to $1,000. Use code PLAN to get up to $1,000.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota State with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with St. Cloud State in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Utah with pregame starting at 7:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota with pregame starting at 1:30. Followed by DU hockey skating with St. Cloud State in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
The battle on the field will be physical, but the matching of wits on the sideline is a different kind of heavyweight fight. I want to talk about the coaching matchup here in just about 10 seconds, but I got to tell you guys, man, we'd love to see you, especially like 48 hours before the biggest game in a decade, to come hang out with us tomorrow at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker for a special AFC Championship edition of Bud Light Football Friday. We're going to be there broadcasting our show from 2 to 6 o'clock, all right, approximately 6, as we get you ready for Broncos Patriots on Sunday. But check this out. What if you go to the Sportsbook Bar and Grill and you hear your name get called or your winning ticket get called for a pair of tickets to the AFC Championship game?
Come on.
What if you hear your name get called for a Peyton Manning signed football?
Sign me up.
Both of those things are going to be given away tomorrow. All right? You have to be 21 and present to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. We know going to the game, I mean, the ticket prices are outrageous. They're outrageous, and it's all secondary market, of course. So if you're looking for an avenue to go, we have it for you. But also, even if you don't win, come hang out with us. Well, first give yourself a shot to win.
Yes.
You can't win it if you're not there. So come give yourself a shot to win because someone's going to win. But
eat some good food.
Yeah.
Enjoy Zach and I's voice. And have fun.
Yeah, come say hello. Come grab a picture with Phil during a commercial break. And
come argue with us. You know, there's a couple listeners that came in and argued, you know, specifically with Z.
Not my favorite during the commercial break. But any and all are welcome at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill tomorrow in Parker, new location. Okay. All right. The battle on the field is going to be epically physical. But the matching of the wits on the sideline is a different kind of heavyweight fight. Guys, this is good on good. Sean Payton against Mike Vrabel. One generation against another. Sean Payton won Coach of the Year back in 2006. Vrabel won it in 2021. Sean Payton has a winning percentage in his NFL career of about .630, so he wins about 63% of the time. Vrabel wins about 59% of the time. So super tight. Vrabel is one game above 500 in the postseason, 4-3. Sean Payton is one game above 500 in the postseason at 10-9.
This is all about chess, not checkers. Being one step ahead of your opponent. What can Sean Payton do to beat Mike Vrabel? What can he do to have the upper hand? And the answer is you're going to have to be creative with your offense at times. Not all the time, but at times. For example, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, what does that look like to pick up the first down? In the red zone, do you have some creative plays? Maybe you get the tight ends involved. Maybe Evan Ingram scores a touchdown, or Z, you talked about Adam Trotman when we first started the show.
Yep.
One of those tight ends scores a touchdown because you're creative with them. All right, formations, motions, all of that comes to play for Sean Payton's offense to have success against Mike Vrabel and the defense, and honestly, just the New England Patriots as a whole, because they're just a well-balanced team.
There's no doubt about it, man. There's no doubt. I mean, this is matching wits. It's going to be epic. And who can push the right buttons when it's required? Who can make the adjustment when it's required? And what's the adjustment to the adjustment? Here is Sean Payton when asked yesterday if he sees, because Mike Vrabel, we got to get this right. Mike Vrabel is an all-time character in the game of football. All time. There are not many journeys like Mike Vrabel, who was a high school legend in the state of Ohio, who went to Ohio State and was first-team All-Big Ten, sophomore, junior, and senior year.
You're the beast.
All-American, personified. Then he goes and gets drafted in the top 100, and all he does is become an All-Pro, a 3-time Super Bowl champion, Patriots Hall of Famer, all right, all-dynasty team, 50th anniversary team. He's all everything. And then he gets into coaching, and he becomes the coach of the year in the NFL, and this was Sean Payton when asked if he sees traits of Vrabel as a player in his team as a coach.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I remember him, as a player way back in, when I was with the Giants, and then, he was there when we had joint practices. I think it was Tom's first or second year. We had just gone to the Super Bowl. They were going to win the Super Bowl the next year, upset the Rams. Bledsoe's going to get hurt, and Tom's going to play. But I'd say got to know him more professionally when he became the head coach at Tennessee, and we would be at these league meetings, and he's passionate, and I think his team, you see him play to that passion. When the Lions were asking me about Dan Campbell, I made this comment, and it's a compliment to both coaches. I said, you're getting an offensive version of Vrabel, a guy who was a heck of a player, tough, and their teams will reflect that. Look, there's that uniqueness of going back home for him, a place that certainly he's got a lot of pride for what they've done there.
It's quite a story, that he's back coaching the team that he won 3 Super Bowls with.
Players coach, understands his players, leads by example. That's a guy you want to play for. I played against him, and his teams and defenses, they hit you. You wake up the next morning mad because you had to play that game. That's how hurt you are after those games.
Man, and I just always think it's interesting when, this was a bad football team a year ago.
Yeah.
The Patriots were bad.
Hard to think, right? It's New England Patriots, but they were bad. They were down and out.
They were down and out. And Vrabel shows up, and in the first year, they're in the AFC Championship game. And I just think it's so interesting, and there's got to be wholesale buy-in when in the first year, it took Sean Payton a year or two to get this team in his image, but I just think it's so interesting that in the first year, you have enough wholesale buy-in where the profile of the team is so reflective immediately for reflecting who you are, and that's a rare kind of leader.
You are the players are identity of the coach. For example, ZB and his little team, frail, scared, emotional.
I love my team. I would not trade my team. I would not trade my team
until a better offer comes on the table.
But yeah, it's just really interesting, man. It's really interesting. It's going to be a massive challenge. But this is, like I said, this is good on good. I think these are 2 of the top, 5 to 7 coaches in the NFL right now.
There's 4 coaches left, so that tells you a lot right there. 4 coaches left. Two are moving on to the next, and that's the Super Bowl. That's how good these coaches are. That's how good their teams are. Let's see if Sean Payton can pull this out.
All right, the Patriots will have one advantage on Sunday in a crucial area that we need to talk about. Also, there's some history on the side of Jarrett Stidham if you squint and look in the right places. Also, we'll go across enemy lines and be joined by a top sports anchor from Boston and get some insights on this Patriots team. And you may be asking, how are you going to get to all of that? Well, glad you asked, because we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
Will the Broncos defense have an answer for Drake May? Will Sean Payton find more success in the run game? We'll break it all down in the Fan Football pregame show, live on game day from Mile High Station starting at 11 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. For 5280 Exteriors, Colorado homes face more risk than ever from intense weather, including wildfire exposure. 5280 Exteriors prioritizes fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance exterior upgrades with reliable quality installations. Protect your home with James Hardy siding, TimberTech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows, all designed to stand up to heat, weather, and time. They also offer 60 months no-interest financing. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Peyton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. I wore glasses as a kid growing up, then I had LASIK surgery. When I hit my 50s, I started needing those reading glasses to see menus, text, read stats, see my computer, study film. Well, I decided to go see Dr. Cudarelli at Cudarelli Vision for refractive lens exchange. It is a game changer, and it could be for you as well. Join Dr. Cudarelli for his live webinar to learn more about refractive lens exchange from Cudarelli Vision, January 28th at noon. This free webinar is the perfect opportunity to meet Dr. Cudarelli and have him answer all your questions about Cudarelli Vision RLE. Who's a good candidate? How long is the procedure and recovery time? What's the cost? Dr. Cudarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. He can tell you when it's your right time for RLE like he did for me. Register for the webinar at coloradorle.com. It's January 28th at noon. Cudarelli Vision RLE. No readers, no glasses, no contacts, no cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Whatever you're looking for when you head out into the wild, keep an open mind. Sometimes the real treasure is the journey itself. Sure enough, there's treasure out there. Sometimes it's something you didn't expect to find. And more often than not, it's as simple as the memories you make. Make some memories of your own with a new vehicle from Corwin Toyota. Family driven for over 100 years.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let me ask you something. Is your money doing everything it can for you?
I don't know. How would I know?
Is it automatically saving for special events and keeping you posted on its progress? Like at Huntington Bank?
Oh, no.
Is it tracking your spending so you can make the best choices at the mall?
Nope.
Or setting limits on your teenager's debit card?
Definitely not.
Then it could certainly be doing more.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Denver counts on Fix-It 24/7 for heating and plumbing with legendary service. Proud partner of the Denver Broncos and proud to serve the community. FixMyHome.com.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins The Drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, the Patriots, on paper, will have a real advantage on Sunday in what is historically a crucial area any time of year, but especially this time of year. And Mr. Phillip Lindsay, I am talking about the ability to run the football. The Patriots were a top 10 rushing team this year, averaged 129 yards on the ground. That ranks 6th in the NFL. The Broncos ranked 16th in the NFL in rushing, but we know that most of that was when J.K. Dobbins, played in 10 of the 17 games. I went back this morning and looked game by game and looked at the 7 games without J.K. Dobbins. Broncos running backs, and you got to take out Bo Nix's legs because Bo Nix's legs, unfortunately, are not going to be available.
Yeah, he's not there anymore.
On Sunday. In the 7 games without Dobbins, Broncos running backs averaged 83 yards per game.
It's not good enough. You want more from your running backs, especially when you had J.K. Dobbins that was sitting there averaging 5 yards a carry. When you had J.K. Dobbins that you could rely on, and then you sprinkle in R.J. Harvey to get the touchdowns and be more creative out of the backfield with a younger rookie running back. Now that J.K. has not been there because we don't know when he's coming back, it seems like he may be coming back sooner than we think, things have to change. Now, it's not all. I'm not going to sit here and say it's all on those running backs because now this is when you sit back and say, okay, Sean, what are you going to do to help these running backs out? Because you need a run game now. You don't have Bo Nix. You don't have his legs. You don't have his arm. You don't have that fourth quarter magic that's in Bo. So what do? You have to trust that offensive line that you paid a lot of money for, that you brought in specifically at the beginning to run the football. And you have to trust that these running backs like R.J. Harvey and Jaleel McLaughlin can get going if you give them more opportunities, consecutive carries. Let them really get going. Be creative with the pullers in front of them because we need some type of run game because that's exactly what the Patriots are going to do. They're going to try to run it down our throat. They have 2 really good running backs that they can be creative with. Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, very creative with what he does, and they're going to try to run that damn ball.
Yeah, and since Ramondre Stevenson came back into the fold because he missed some time, they have really turned over the reins to him. And Travion Henderson had I don't know how you would describe his rookie year. I'd say pretty damn good.
Yeah.
He was a second-round pick out of Ohio State. He was a 38th overall pick. He ran for 911 yards, as a rookie. 5.1 yards per carry. But it's been Stevenson. Since he came back in the fold. He is getting the lion's share. And in the 2 postseason games thus far, Travion Henderson averaging just 2.5 yards a carry, while Ramondre Stevenson is averaging nearly 5.
Well, Stevenson, he's a really good running back, a big running back, and I remember watching him as I played too, watching him across the other field and just like speed, breaking tackles, can catch out of the backfield. But there's one thing about him that he struggled with at the beginning of this season that almost lost him his job, and that's the fumbles. He will cough that ball up. And so make no mistake about it. That's something that Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator here in Denver, he's saying, hey, we have to get turnovers. What's the best thing to do? Punch at that ball. Peanut punch. You know that, Z. Peanut punch that ball. Find a way to get a turnover. Give Jarrett Stidham another opportunity to try to get some points, a touchdown, a field goal, whatever the case may be. Just get some points and put pressure on that defense, the New England Patriots defense, and the offense to show up. So, yeah, Stevenson is a good running back, but he will cough that damn ball up.
Yeah, he had 3 fumbles in the first 5 games of the season, so that's a good observation. So and then with the Broncos run game, you look at the matchup, at least, again, on paper a week ago. The one glaring issue with Buffalo's defense is they were a bottom 5 run defense in terms of yards per game, bottom 3 in yards per carry, and dead last with allowing running backs into the end zone. And Sean Payton barely tried to run it. I mean, 10 total carries?
No, that's insane. In the playoffs.
And here's the thing. It's like is that kind of frustrating? Yeah. But at the same time, how frustrated can you really be when you score 33 points in a playoff game? So it's like, man, Sean wants to do it, and he wants to do it his way, even if the matchup would indicate that you're able to run it. He still didn't even try.
See, what I believe happened with Sean is he wrote it on his play calling sheet. He told us he was going to. They went into that game saying, we are going to try to run the ball. Jaleel McLaughlin got the start. You wanted it, Z. Ask, you shall receive. You got what you wanted. Jaleel McLaughlin had a solid run. The first play of the game was 6 yards.
Yeah, and it was a hard fought 6 yards. It was a hard
fought. You know, we get to the red zone, borderline goal line. Jaleel McLaughlin almost gets in, coughs the ball up. There was a flag on the defense, the Buffalo Bills, which helped us out. But I think after that play, you have Sean sitting there saying, you know what, screw this. If we're going to lose, we're going to lose with somebody that I'm confident in, and that's with my quarterback, Bo Nix. If we're losing this game, we're losing because of his arm and his legs. But I'm not going to trust these other young players, like these running backs, that I don't trust anyway, to be in these big-time moments and lose me the game. I think that's exactly what Sean thought. He tightened up and said, I'm going to do what I feel like is going to help us win this game, and that's Bo Nix. The identity of the offense has been Bo Nix, but that must change because you don't have Bo Nix. What does that look like? You got to trust RJ, Jaleel to give you some type of yards on the ground.
How many carries for RJ Harvey?
So both are going to get, Jaleel McLaughlin and RJ Harvey are both going to get some carries this game.
Combine them then. Combine them.
Like, let's go 17 to 20. 17 to 20 carries because you have to stick with the run long enough. There's going to be some times where we're going to be upset. Don't boo. There's going to be 2 yards in a cloud of dust. But it's all about forcing that defense to respect the run so that the middle of the field can open up, so that play action can open up. So I say 17 to 20, and can we get to 68, maybe 70 yards? I know that's like, what? But it's hard for them to do that. It's hard for me to sit here and be confident that Jaleel McLaughlin and RJ Harvey, if those are the running backs that are going, for me to sit here and say they're going to get more than 70 yards. Can you get the hard-fought, tough yards to pick up that first down, 3rd and 2, move the chains, goal line, score the touchdown? That's what I'm looking for.
Man, I have so many questions. One is does the spookiness of looking at one of your running backs who was on practice squad for most of the year fumble in a playoff game, does that spookiness roll over like old cell phone minutes week to week here, right? Like, it's like, yeah. Man, I saw you. Like, first of all, there was a reason that Jaleel wasn't playing. Whatever it is, Sean, it's in his head, right? Yep. So he's got a reason that he wasn't playing. And then when I activate you, you put the ball in the rug, we dodge a bullet. Like, man, I don't know if you can just, like, snap your fingers, build back that trust, and overcome just his situation.
So what do you think? What do you think going into this game? Is Sean Payton gonna try to sort of reach? How many carries for both? Let's combine them too in yards.
Well, last week was 10.
That's crazy.
It is.
He said last week was 10.
I can't believe 11? It's nuts. I'll say you got to get to at least 16 carries between the two.
Okay.
At least. And then, I think he's going to let Jarrett Stidham throw it around.
You think he's just going to let it go, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'll tell you candidly here, candidly, in front of everyone, that when his attempts number, Jarrett Stidham's attempts, over.
You're hitting the over.
1,000%. 1,000%. It wouldn't shock me if Jarrett Stidham throws 38 passes on Sunday. It really wouldn't shock me. Sean Payton sees the game through the eyes of a quarterback. And he actually used in a response earlier this year, and I forget the context, but he used tolerant as a word to describe how run tolerant will we be. Like, he tolerates the run. He does not want to lean into the run. It's not his philosophy. It's just not. And
well, then in this case, it may get you beat, and it probably will get you beat because you have to take some time off that clock. Give your defense a chance to rest so that they're stronger in the third and fourth quarter. You have to give the run game a chance. You can't just abandon it and say, hey, Jarrett Stidham, you haven't played all year, but yet we're going to throw 35, 40 times? That's insane.
It's Sean. Who led the league in attempts this year?
Bo
Nix.
Mr. Bo.
Does he believe he's got 2 starters?
Yes, he said it.
Dante, you got something there behind the glass?
I was just going to give you guys the number of the sports book's guess of pass attempts for Jarrett Stidham.
This is going to be good.
Man, the number of passing attempts for Jarrett Stidham. 20.
Hold up now. Like, they think it's going to be they're a favorite, a 4-point.
The Broncos are currently a 4.5-point underdog.
Okay. So they may be playing from behind.
A trailing game script. That could be baked into what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's a good thought. Look at you. I'm teaching my future little degenerate. I'll say 25.5.
I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 27.5.
32.5.
Wow.
It's Sean. How
so
are you
similar? Gonna... I think Bo's was 34.5 last week.
Right.
Yeah. So just a little drop
off. Yeah.
How are you going to sit here, Z, and be like, hey, Sean is going to throw the ball and then go?
No, I'm trying to think what they're thinking, not what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I didn't think that they would put it that high for someone like Jarrett Stidham, who hasn't thrown a pass in 749 days.
So now what do? Do you hit the over?
Yes. Yep. I swear to God, I think he throws it 38 times. Keep that number in your back pocket. 38.
I'm writing it down right now. 38.
38 special. 38 passing attempts from Jarrett Stidham on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
38 dubs. That's what they're going to be doing. That's a run play, by the way. 38 dubs. Go after it, okay?
Interesting. Very interesting. All right. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! Rolling downhill here on a Thursday.
That was a powerful one right there. Shook your little boots.
No, it wasn't, but I could kind of feel it. Man, you want to know what? This is not the way we would have drawn it up, but it's still incredibly exciting. Incredibly exciting. And I said, a handful of minutes ago that there's some history on Jarrett Stidham's side. Now, you got to squint, and it's not going to be necessarily apples to apples, okay? But
we're trying to figure out and find a way for this to work for us.
Yes, like looking for reasons to hope. And hope is a powerful thing. It can be. And so I think back to 1988. Mark Rippon goes down. Guy by the name of Doug Williams comes in. They win the Super Bowl. 1991. Phil Simms goes down. Jeff Hostetler has to come in. They go and win the Super Bowl. Nearly a decade later, at the end of the 90s, Trent Green goes down. Kurt Warner comes in. They go win the Super Bowl. The next year, Tony Banks goes down for Baltimore. Guy by the name of Trent Dilfer comes in. Wins the Super Bowl. 2001, Drew Bledsoe goes down. An unknown, an anonymous player by the name of Tom Brady comes in and goes and wins the Super Bowl.
The GOAT.
2017, Carson Wentz goes down. Nick Foles comes in and wins the Super Bowl. I understand that these quarterbacks had more of a runway than Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham has the opposite of a runway. It's like a drone. It's got to lift right off the ground. All right?
Speed that process up, huh?
But we've seen guys who weren't supposed to be there go and do it. And you got to squint, but there's a little hope there.
You have to have hope, right? There's something that you have to latch on to. Hope that something happens for you. I'll never forget. I'm sitting there waiting for a call, not knowing if I was going to be in the league anymore. And I'm talking to my father, and my father said, son, this is where you have to have faith. You have to have faith that this is going to work out for you. Whether you get the call or not, you have to be ready for the next journey. And sure enough, literally that next day, the Colts call, say, hey, we need a running back. Can you come in and help us out? So, like, you have to be able to trust and believe in something, right, and have that faith. And so now, here it is. Stidham, can you do it for us? Sean Payton believes you can. He has called his shot multiple times this year. He called his shot on that podium once Bo Nix got hurt, that everybody needs to watch out for you. You've been in this system for 3 years now. You've been waiting for this moment. You've said it, that you want to be the starting quarterback in this league. This is your time now. It's here. Do it.
You've been critical of the NFL landscape and their lack of developing quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, it's bad, Zach. It's bad.
And I'm not going to disagree with you. You know, this is partly why we see someone like Phillip Rivers, who hadn't played in a half decade, come in. And it's part of a larger conversation. I think at the nucleus of the lack of quarterback development is this generation's incredible patience when it comes to these coaches. And these coaches don't have time to develop a secondary quarterback. If they don't win real quick,
they're out the door.
You're out the door.
Yeah.
And so I think that it plays a part in it. But I'll say this. There's something a little bit old school about what's been going on here in Denver, beneath the surface and behind the scenes. For Jarrett Stidham to be a consistent backup quarterback in the same system over a 3-year period, it almost feels uncommon considering the current landscape.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're right. You're spot on. I mean, there's a lot of these young quarterbacks that you pick up because they're cheap, and you don't want to pay a backup quarterback $5 to $10 million, just like Sean did for Stidham. So where do you go? You go the cheap route and say, we'll try to develop this quarterback as time goes on. If we have to put him in there and he does well, great. If not, we'll get rid of him and on to the next. That can't be the case. And this is where Sean is ahead of the game, where it's like, I'm going to take a quarterback that I believe in, that's a system quarterback that I know I can plug in right away. He can win me a couple games, and then my starter can come back and take it from there. In this case, the starter's not coming back. But Sean said that Jarrett Stidham is just like a starter. So you're right, and the odds makers may be right. Sean might go into this game passing his ass off, saying, screw it, this is what we did last week and it worked. We're going to do this exact same thing, and I have a quarterback that I trust, that he's going to stay in the pocket, the time, the rhythm, the processing that I'm looking for. He's going to do that, and we're going to march down this field and try to score some points in the red zone.
Man, hey, and here's the other thing with Stidham, is that Sean identified Stidham on the first day of free agency. He was the first signing. 1 hour and 14 minutes into that first wave of free agency, it was announced that Stidham is joining the Broncos on a 2-year, $10 million contract. And then you extended him after that 2-year contract. And you've been paying him handsomely to have him. Now, you don't want it for a moment like this, but that's why he's here, for a moment like this. And so Sean has talked him up. Jarrett Stidham, in some ways, has talked himself up in the past, saying, I know I'm a starting caliber quarterback. So now it's time to walk that walk. And we'll see if they can do it on Sunday afternoon. I can't wait for this. I'm being dead serious. Would I have wanted it a different way? Yes. But now that it's here and just in a vacuum, I can't wait to see how this looks.
Now, tell me this, because you said it multiple times. I believe that the Broncos can win this game. Are you talking it up? Like, are you trying to talk yourself into this, or do you truly believe that the Denver Broncos can win this damn game?
Yes, I do. I do. I just watched a team force 5 turnovers. Drake May has never played in a road playoff game. So he's going to get that box checked on Sunday. And so if you can not lose the game, if you're Stidham, Start there. Don't lose the game for the team.
I like that. Like, don't lose the game.
So start there and then take another step forward and say, hey, can you play at a modestly high level to negate what the Patriots have going on? It's a really good defense. It's a really good scoring offense. And so it's going to be tough. There's a reason why, this spread from the odds makers swung by a full 6-7 points.
It's going to be a tough game. And you know what? For Jarrett Stidham, if I was sitting here with him today, I'd be like, Stiddy, this is going to be the biggest game of your career. It's going to be hard. You know it. I know it. But you know what else you know? This can create something for you. It can pave a way for you to become a starting quarterback in this league. But it also could put you in a situation where you're stuck as a backup for the rest of your career because of what you do on that football field. Now, it isn't fair. Life isn't fair. But you know what you have to do. Play smart, fundamentally sound football, process things, get the ball out of your hands as quick as possible, move down the field, take the shots when they're there. Don't second-guess yourself. Throw the ball away so you don't have a sack. That's something that helped Bo Nix out.
Totally.
He had an interception, but he did not take a sack. Do not take a sack, and you have a chance to win. Lean on that defense. Lean on the special teams. Lean on your punter if you have to, and let's go.
I got a couple stats and facts as it relates to Jarrett Stidham that in some ways it's hard to believe. So would you know that the Denver Broncos are the only team in the NFL, that hasn't had their backup play in the 2024 season or the 2025 season?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And so you're the only team that hasn't needed them. And now you need them more than anyone has needed a backup here in recent memory. And just the contrast of those two things is wild. How about this? The NFL record for most consecutive days without a regular season or a postseason pass attempt prior to starting a playoff game is 370 days by Joe Webb back in the wild card round in 2012, okay? He hadn't thrown a pass in 370 days he was asked to start. Stidham is going to more than double that NFL record. 749 days between passes. So that's just insane, as is this fact. 141 NFL players have attempted a pass since Stidham's last passing attempt.
Now, you didn't say just quarterbacks there, right? You said players?
141 NFL players have thrown a pass since the last time that Jarrett Stidham did. Now, 92 of them are quarterbacks, 26 of them are wide receivers, 11 have been punters, 7 running back passes, 3 tight end passes, a DB threw a pass, and a kicker threw a pass since the last time Jarrett Stidham threw a pass.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It is.
Buckle up.
It is. Here's another one for you, and you only hear this stuff on the drive. Stidham will be the first quarterback since Roger Staubach back in 1972 to make his first start of the season in a conference championship game. So this is, you literally have to go back to the early 70s and Roger Staubach of all people. And what's crazy is the quarterback that he was replacing back in 1972 was Craig Morton, the same quarterback who 5 years later led the Broncos to their first Super Bowl appearance against the same Dallas Cowboys that he was starting for. And here you have Jarrett Stidham being asked to start his first game in the postseason against the same New England Patriots that drafted him. You can't make that up.
It's the script. When you gonna start agreeing with me on this script?
Drama. I might meet you in the middle somewhere because this is nuts. This is nuts. And here's another just psychotic stat. I think I just think it's nutty. Stidham is going to become the 5th starting quarterback in the history of the Broncos to start a championship game. Okay. All 5 quarterbacks that have started for the Broncos in a championship game, none of them were drafted by the Broncos. Bo Nix was going to become the first ever drafted quarterback by the team to start in a championship game for the team. Craig Morton was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. John Elway was drafted by the Colts. Peyton Manning was drafted by the Colts. Jake Plummer was drafted by the Cardinals. And Stidham was drafted by the same team he's tasked to beat on Sunday.
So it's fate. That's why we're going to win it. Say, hey, look, like, Bo, we know what you can do, but in order for us to get to the promised land, it's going to have to be steady. Who thought about it? Who thought that this was going to be Jarrett Stidham's moment? It's a big one, too.
It's huge.
It's a big boy moment.
God, man. Are you nervous for this?
I'm not nervous. I'm excited. Because at the end of the day, it's like, if you're Sean, you do go to Jarrett Stidham and say, what do you have to lose?
Yep.
You haven't played a down of football, real football, in a while. Don't be tight. Just relax. It's a team sport. Rely on the guys next to you. They love you, and they're going to do their part. They understand there's more pressure put on them, but this is why they're here. Pressure is either going to produce a diamond or it's going to bust that damn pipe. And so when you look around, you say, you're not the only one out there. Do your part. Be Jarrett Stidham. Don't be Superman. Don't be Bo Nix. Just be you. Get that ball out of your hands. All right, you know what type of defense you're going against. Don't be fooled. Don't take a sack. We're going to run the ball a little bit more. Look at me. I'm acting like I'm Sean Payton. We're going to run the ball a little bit more and let it come to you. And find your receiver one, Courtland Sutton. You got to find him.
Here is Stidham when speaking yesterday on if he's thought at all about how this could change his life.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, I'm not focused on anything but Sunday. What is my job on each and every play? What is my job? How can I help my teammates succeed on Sunday? I do not care about anything outside of the next 5 days and what my job is. So that's the only thing I'm focused on.
It's the only thing he's focused on. All right, let's reach across enemy lines, if you will, and go to Boston and check in with Maury Hirschgordon. And let me tell you a very short story. Very short story.
Please do.
I forget what year it was, but I was the voice of Albany basketball, and I called a game at a school called Quinnipiac. Okay, Quinnipiac. They might be most notable for their like political polls around like the election cycles. And I remember meeting this young man, and I think he was doing the radio for the student broadcast, I want to say, and he can correct me, but it was Maury who was with us on the line. And he came up to me after the game, and Maury, I don't know if you remember this, but and this has got to be close to 15 years ago. It's been a long time, definitely over a decade. And he was just picking my brain, and I was young, but he was younger than me. And I was trying to encourage him, and I look up over a decade later, and Maury Hirschgordon is now the lead sports anchor for 7 News in Boston. Welcome to the program, Maury. Thanks for being here, man. What do you remember about that one sequence years ago?
Zach, it's been a long time. Great to hear your voice, man. Yeah, it was like a Sunday afternoon non-conference game, maybe, 600 people in the building. Quinnipiac's not a great basketball school, but just honing the craft at the time and saw someone who had been in the business for a little while in you. And, just always love picking people's brains, people that are, higher than me on the ladder. And look at you now. You're out in Denver. I've been listening to you for a long time. And great to connect now with Patriots Broncos set to go Sunday.
Man, so fun. Congrats on your success. Tell us, what is the sentiment there in Boston when these conversations are being had about Jarrett Stidham? Is it being taken seriously?
It is, especially that, Mike Vrabel revealed earlier this week that, they had some conversations with Stidham's camp about potentially bringing him in as the backup to Drake May this year. Some of that due to Josh McDaniels' familiarity with him when he was drafted here and then again in Vegas. But the Patriots are taking Jarrett Stidham seriously. They know that, sure, he might not have played a ton recently, but this is a guy who's been around the NFL for a long time. He's been in locker rooms with Tom Brady, Mac Jones, Cam Newton here. He's been around a guy like Derek Carr out in Vegas. I mean, he's been around some top pros, some of the top play callers in the game, and it's one game, right? It's 60 minutes to go to the Super Bowl, and, he's got all week to prepare as a starter now.
Maury, now you're talking about Broncos country here. if you had to choose for us, right, which one is more important? Trying to stop Drake May or trying to slow down and find a way to stop this defense from getting after Jarrett Stidham?
Yeah, I think that's the main theme going in, Phil. I think it's got to be as good as the Patriots' defense has looked the first 2 weeks, and they've only given up a total of 19 points. They're going up against a tremendous offensive line that you guys have out there. You look at the first round the Patriots played against the Chargers, both of their tackles, starting tackles out, weak offensive line. Last week against the Texans, Trent Brown, former Patriot, doesn't play. Weak offensive line as well. I think that has helped the Patriots defense. They certainly have played well. They've gotten the rock from the other teams. They've kept teams out of the end zone. In the red zone, they've been really good in that area of the field. But going up against this Broncos offensive line on the road, I think is a whole different level of a challenge for them. And I think that's really what they're going to try to hone in on, because if they can't get to Stidham, if they can't hurry him up like they did C.J. Stroud and Justin Herbert, I think the Broncos have a chance here. Again, it's just one game. It's not a 7-game series like we see in other sports. It's one game to go to the Super Bowl. And right now, I think it's that Patriots defense against the Broncos offensive line is one of the key themes that I'm going to be most interested in.
We're chatting with Maury Hirsch-Gordon. He is the lead sports anchor for 7 News in Boston. Maury, what is the hierarchy of playmakers on the Patriots offense that Broncos country needs to be aware of before kickoff?
It's so funny, Zach. Stephon Diggs talks about it all the time. He's like, we've got 7 or 8 dogs and only one bone. It's really been Drake May spreading the ball around. But if you were to kind of key in on a couple, it's, Ramondre Stevenson, the running back in the backfield, along with the rookie Travion Henderson. They've played really well of late, especially Stevenson second half of the season. He can pick up the blitz. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can run well. I know the Broncos have had some issues this year with covering tight ends. The Patriots don't have any world beaters at that position, but Hunter Henry's as consistent as they've been for a decade now in the league. Austin Hooper's still kicking. He can convert as well for Drake May. The tight ends for Drake May have certainly been a security blanket. And then when it comes to the wide receivers, Stephon Diggs put up 1,000 yards after coming off of an ACL tear that injured and shortened his season last year. And then potentially a guy coming back who just opened up his 21-day window to come off of IR, and Mac Hollins was the second wide receiver to lead the team in catches this year, right behind Stephon Diggs. So it's really been kind of by committee. I believe it's been 5, 6, maybe 7 different pass catchers that have led the team in yards over the course of the season. So it's really a tribute to Drake May's ability to just say, hey, I'm going to find the open man, as opposed to just force feed one guy or the other. But, you look at wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, it really is, by committee, and who's ever open, Drake May is going to usually find that guy.
No doubt, Drake May has had a phenomenal year. MVP candidate, possibly could win it. But my question to you is, why has he struggled in the postseason? And I know it's just been 2 games, but has had ball security issues, 6 fumbles, and, of course, 2 interceptions. What's going on with that?
Yeah, I think early on in games, there's been an adjustment. The first game against the Chargers, Sunday Night Football, his very first introduction to postseason football, it took him a little while to get settled down. Second half against the Chargers, he was really good, near perfect completion percentage. He was 11 of 14 that night. And then against, the Houston defense, the Patriots start 2 rookies on the left side of their offensive line, and Will Anderson 8. And got to Drake May, so it took him a little while to kind of get acclimated. But if you look at both second halves in the playoff games, 17-22 with a passer rating north of 140, it's like it takes this guy a little bit of time, but it's so impressive for a 23-year-old to kind of have that goldfish mind where, hey, one bad play happens, he's going to come back the next play, and he's going to approach it with the same level of intensity, and he's not going to carry over a bad play into the next play, and that enables him to bounce back. I've been really impressed with his emotional maturity in 2 playoff games. He's going to have to take another step because he's going on the road for the first time in one of the most hostile environments in the NFL this year, but early on in games, it's taken him a minute. But then he's kind of like a point guard in basketball, right? He understands what the opposing team's trying to do, and he's made adjustments really well, whether that's Mike Vrabel, Josh McDaniels helping him out in addition to that. But, Drake May certainly got to take better care of the football. The Patriots only had 5 turnovers in their 8 road games where they were a perfect 8-0 in the regular season this year. That's gonna be another big thing I'm gonna look out for this week.
Last question before we let you go. We're chatting with Maury Hirschgordon, lead sports anchor at 7 News Boston. I just marvel at what Mike Vrabel has done in such a short period of time. This was a bad football team, B-A-D, bad. And he walks in, and it's like add water and stir. You're 60 minutes from the Super Bowl. What has it been like watching that operation flip in real time?
I mean, impressive right from day one. I mean, he said, it was about a year ago now that he was hired, and he said, they're coming here to compete for championships and host playoff games. I mean, he's done it in 1 year's time. It's been impressive. What he's been able to do, adding key veteran free agents that have played a role on offense and defense. He got a great play caller back in Josh McDaniels to help Drake May. He's taken advantage of a last place schedule for sure, but they really didn't ever struggle with any of the quote easier teams on their schedule. I mean, they've really handled most teams, and they've taken advantage of a wide open AFC this year, and credit to them. And they find themselves 60 minutes away from a Super Bowl to go back for the 12th time. Vrabel's the first coach in 35 years in the NFL to win his first 8 road games with a team, and I think that's especially impressive. One thing to do it at home, guys, but to be able to carry that on the road throughout the course of a 4 or 5 month stretch and be perfect away from home has been impressive. So, quite a job. I mean, if I had a vote, I think he'd be my coach of the year, considering that the 16 wins the Patriots have this year has equaled the amount of wins they've had the last 3 years combined. They went 8-4-4. I think Mike Vrabel should be coach of the year, but he's done a tremendous job. We knew he was a great coach in Tennessee, and the Patriots are lucky to have him on the sidelines here.
Maury Hirschgordon, lead sports anchor at 7 News Boston. Man, you just killed it. Incredibly informative and poised and great stuff, Maury. Continued success for you and your career.
Appreciate it, guys. Looking forward to get out in there on Sunday.
All right, there he goes. Fun story, man. Again, I met that kid when he was doing campus radio.
You sure he didn't teach you how to talk?
And I'm telling you what, he's really
he's a smooth operator now.
No doubt. But it's just so cool to see a student with the humility to come and say, hey, he actually sent me his reel. Hey, can you look at this? Can you tell me what you think? Da-da-da. And then 15 years later, he's a lead sports anchor. It's pretty cool. I love stories like that. I love it. Very informative. We'll react to some of the things that Maury shared with us about the Patriots. Also, what is Peyton Manning saying about Jarrett Stidham and the Broncos' chances on Sunday? You'll hear from the sheriff next.
The 2 best teams in the AFC are going head-to-head for a chance to play in the Super Bowl. Start your Sunday off right with Denver Game Day, powered by Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Live on Game Day starting at 9 a.m. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins at Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
What's up, guys? You need healthy options you'll actually crave? HelloFresh brings the flavor with homemade meals that are wholesome, fresh, and always hit the spot. Turn fresh, balanced ingredients into home-cooked meals that are easy to make and taste great. Keep your health on track with GLP-1 friendly options and high-protein meals packed with over 30 grams of protein. My lady is always telling me how I need more protein in my life. From udon soup to hearty chicken pastas, enjoy mouth-watering dishes that spice up your weeknights. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
When you've been serving Colorado as long as I have, you see a lot of new law firms come and go. Many of them aren't even from here. They don't know Colorado law the way we do. I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. For 47 years, we've been fighting and winning for Coloradans. This is our home. We care about our community, and we care about the safety of every resident who lives here. So if you've been injured and need real Colorado experience on your side, call the Wilhite Law Firm. 303 Good Law. The Wilhite Law Firm. Experience you can trust, results you can count on.
Who wants the lowest rate for life?
I do.
I do. Everyone does. But even the best deal in the market becomes high if rates fall in the future. So now what? Go through all the expense again? No. Just go to U.S. Mortgages and get our trademarked lowest rate for life product. It allows you to get your savings today and lock in at below market rates like our 4.75 5-year fixed that has a 5.89 APR.
Wait, 4.75% 5 years fixed?
Yes, and even if the market does improve further, great. We redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee, and there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. So stop waiting for rates to get better and wasting money. Lock in your savings now and know you're 100% protected with lowest rate for life. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com. Rate must be locked by 9/16.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
New deals, new wheels. AutoNation's New Year, New Wheels event is going on now. Drive any new or used vehicle 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Save thousands on Toyotas, Fords, Hondas, Chevys, Mercedes-Benz, and more. 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation store today or AutoNation.com.
On select models with approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase on deferred payments. See store for details.
Download to see if you qualify for Albert Instant Advance. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription is required for Instant Advance. Please see the Albert app or albert.com for subscription pricing. Subscriptions can be canceled at any time.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? You can get up to a $1,000 advance fast to pay for car repairs, bills, rent, groceries, whatever you need. Plus, Albert can help you find ways to save and give you a custom budget to actually grow your money.
Albert can get me up to $1,000?
Exactly. But they do more than get you up to $1,000. Albert is your financial assistant, helping you budget, save, and spotting you money in a pinch.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code PLAN to get up to $1,000 for your bills, rent, groceries, and more. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code PLAN to get up to $1,000. Use code PLAN to get up to $1,000.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me."
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota State with pregame starting at 6:30. Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU hockey skates with St. Cloud State in Game 1 with pregame starting at 6:30. Then on 104.3 HD2, CSU basketball faces Utah with pregame starting at 7:30. Saturday on 104.3 HD3, DU basketball faces North Dakota with pregame starting at 1:30. Followed by DU hockey skating with St. Cloud State in Game 2 starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.
From Boston mentioned to us. We'll also hear from Peyton Manning in just a second, who joined our morning show. But I got to tell you, before we do any of that, man, oh man, we are bringing our show on the road tomorrow in a way that we have not done in months, and we don't have anything on the schedule for the coming months. Tomorrow at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker, okay, new location in Parker, for a special AFC Championship game edition of Bud Light Football Friday. We'll be there from 2 to 6 as we get you ready for Broncos Patriots on Sunday. But check this out. Bud Light is going to give away a pair of tickets to the AFC Championship game. All right, someone is going to win the tickets.
Oh, you got to love it. Come on.
So come show up, show out. It's Friday. Celebrate. Grab a bite. Have a cold beverage. Snap a pic with Phil. Come say what's up. Give me a pound. We would love to see you. Separate from the AFC Championship game tickets, we're also going to give away or Bud Light is going to give away a Peyton Manning signed football. So both of these things, both of these insane prizes are going to last forever. One is going to be the memory of a lifetime in your head and in your heart.
Yep.
And the other could be in your family for generations in the Peyton Manning signed football.
You get the AFC tickets if you win. If you don't win that, you have a chance to win for the Peyton Manning signed autograph. If you don't get that, then I'm sure Zach By will sign a piece of paper for you as well, because he likes to do that.
No one needs my signature.
There's been a couple.
There has been a couple.
There
has been a couple.
Like 10, 15, 20. What we counting on now?
Over the years, there's been quite a bit. I always make sure, like, you sure you want me to sign this? Like, yeah. You have to be 21 and present to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. If it was up to you, what would you rather have? A pair of tickets to the AFC Championship game or a Peyton Manning signed football to have in your family forever?
Man, I'm starstruck when it comes to old Peyton Manning,
Me too.
the sheriff.
Me too.
Like give me his autograph. Just in case something happens, I'll sell it. No, I'll never do that with the sheriff. I just think he's brought so much to the state of Colorado.
Totally.
And brought us a Super Bowl, and that was the time when I was actually able to really know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, it has to be the Peyton Manning signed autograph ball.
Dante, if you could choose, what prize would you select? Would you go to the AFC Championship game, or would you get the Peyton Manning signed football to have around forever?
I'm going to the game. Absolutely. I feel like this is a can't miss opportunity. If anyone's listening wants to give me a ticket, I'd also take that. But yes, I'm picking the game every time.
All right, hand out Dante. There he is.
I'm the guy that gets the handouts. I wish you people could hear what Zach says in the commercial breaks.
We have our guy Drew behind the glass. Drew, what prize would you select?
I'm probably taking the football, because there is no way you could convince me to go sit out in that cold weather on Sunday for that football game.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly.
It's going to be chilly, but man, that football, that lasts a lifetime.
Totally.
That's such a cool prize.
All right, well, someone's going to win each, all right? So you got two chances for an incredible prize tomorrow at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker for a special AFC Championship edition of a Bud Light Football Friday. Man, that is going to be a fun show. Okay, I almost forget, and it's not like I don't know it, but it takes someone like our previous guest, Maury from Boston, to remind us just how good the Patriots have been away from Boston this year. they're tied for the greatest road team in the history of NFL football.
Well, they do things the right way. They're a balanced team, defensively, offensively, special teams. They're going to run the football. We know that they can pass the ball. They're a team that wants to get to a Super Bowl and has everything to get to a Super Bowl. The speed, right, when it comes to the talent. The offensive line is young, but they do things the right way. They communicate the right way. Defensively, they communicate the right way. They fly around. They don't make a bunch of mistakes. And so, yeah, it's a team that definitely is well put together. And if we don't go in there, the Denver Broncos, because me and you were sitting here watching the game, if the Denver Broncos do not go in there with the right mindset and find ways to get takeovers, it could be a long day for us.
Well, we'll see how it all unfolds on Sunday. It's always pretty cool to have Peyton Manning come on the Fan. And that's what happened this morning. The guys had him on, and Peyton talked about the difficulties for Stidham playing in his first game on Sunday.
Yeah, listen, there's no substitute for repetitions in practice and live reps in games, and that's something that you just can't replicate. I know there's some virtual reality things out there, but it's nothing like playing with Cortland Sutton in a game at Mile High on a 3rd and 7 in the fourth quarter, and that's something that hasn't happened. So sure, there could be some rust, from that standpoint, but he certainly gets plenty of reps throwing to Cortland in practice. Every day they're doing routes versus air, where it's Stidham and Bo. They're rotating those reps, and obviously once you get into the practice part, Bo's going to get the majority of the reps in the 7-on-7 in the team period. But Sean always has good practice plans, and he's getting guys ready to play because you just never know, right? I mean, Jared's been one snap away all season. He's known that. Sean's known that, and luckily we haven't had to see that because Bo stayed healthy up until this point. Kind of a freak injury has brought us to this point, but I think Sean's going to rally the troops. I think the fact that the Broncos are underdogs, Sean's going to try to use that to the Broncos' advantage and, kind of tell the team that nobody thinks they can win. Look at the point spread. It's already changed. Look at Bo was playing. My guess is the Broncos would be favorites. So, but I'll say on the other side, I don't think Mike Vrabel cares a lot about that either. Mike's old school, and he's blocking out the noise as well. But I think Sean's going to try to use this to motivate the team and, challenge our defense to hold them to no points, which is possible with how well Vance and the defense has done. So I see it being a great football game.
Man, he covered a lot of ground there. The one piece that stood out to me is, him just saying, hey, yeah, you're going to have those reps in practice, but there's no reproducing 3rd and 7 in the fourth quarter. There's just not. And I'll say this, even for Bo, even if Bo is healthy, if it's 3rd and 7 in the fourth quarter with a chance to go to the Super Bowl, that's a new layer of pressure for him. So it's a different galaxy of pressure for Jarrett Stidham, who is going to double the NFL record with days gone in between throwing a pass and then being asked to start a postseason game.
Yeah, but then on the other side, you have Mr. Peyton Manning saying that Jarrett Stidham is still getting the reps, right? Throwing to Cortland Sutton, having to take on the task of being that quarterback that the defense needs for the practice squad reps. So Jarrett Stidham is still getting reps out there. Now, of course, it's not the meaningful reps that you want in a live action, but there's some type of reps. And he's a pro's pro, and he's approaching every day like he could be the starting quarterback, like he could be the next one up. And you know what? We're here today. He's the next one up. So we have no choice but to trust and believe in Jarrett Stidham and see what he can do. And he's going to have to get going fast. Now, he may have to struggle and knock some rust off in that first quarter, and that's why you hope you can lean on the run game, the short passes. But at some point, he's going to have to open it up, trust his receivers, trust Cortland Sutton, and trust what Sean Payton has in store for him in the game plan going forward.
Here's one more from the sheriff talking about Stidham is confident and prepares every week like he's the starter.
Look, he's very confident because he puts the work in. And obviously, he hasn't been on the field, and he's not trying to make you think he's played more than he has. He's honest about how much he's played, but you hear his teammates talk about how hard he prepares. And so I think he's able to play all season because he puts the time in. They said he's in there just as much as Bo is. And so you love hearing that. That tells me he's a true pro. He gets it. He goes about his business the right way. So I shot him a text on Sunday when I heard the news like everybody else and wished him luck. And he said, looking forward to a fun weekend. And so he's excited about the opportunity and obviously hates it for Bo, like all of us do, but it's a great opportunity for him, and I'm pulling hard for him.
Peyton Manning pulling hard for Jarrett Stidham, sending Stidham a text, on Sunday, and you've gotten a text from Peyton Manning before, right?
I have. I mean, and it's like a surreal moment. It's like, wow, the sheriff's texting me, and it was for me, it was my rookie year, and his son wanted my jersey and wanted me to sign a jersey for him, and I'm like, man, like you have Peyton Manning texting me, it's like, wow. And
That's
of course,
cool.
Yeah. So I can't imagine what Jarrett Stidham is feeling, but at the end of the day, Jarrett Stidham has to go out there and show out, have that confidence. And what Lil Wayne say? Confidence is like a stain that can't be wiped off.
That's right.
Go out there and have a day, man.
Well, it's a huge game, but guess what? And I know not necessarily in the NFL, but Jarrett Stidham played in the SEC. He knocked off number 1 Georgia before. He knocked off number 1 Alabama before. So he's played in big games. To this magnitude at the pro level, no. But it's not, hopefully with the home crowd at his back, it's not some baptism by fire scenario. So, all right, what did we learn today in Denver sports? We'll take a look back next.
How will Sean Payton scheme things up for Jarrett Stidham? Will the Broncos defense find ways to generate more turnovers? We'll react to it all in the Fan Football postgame show, live on game day starting at the 2-minute warning. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans, at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're ready to improve your health. But if you're feeling low energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing results in the gym, keeping that resolution can be tough. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if those symptoms sound familiar, we can likely help. They often point to low testosterone, and treating low T is what we do. But this year, we're also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring growth hormone peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With our low T treatments combined with our body composition programs, most men notice real improvements: more energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm, under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Discover incredible savings at the Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center in Denver.
I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Our clearance center offers a huge selection of ranges, refrigerators, laundry, and more. Save up to 60% on open box, scratch and dent, display models, and overstocked appliances from Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. When you're looking for great deals on appliances, our clearance center is your go-to destination for the best prices and selection.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
New year, new you, new. It's January at Castle Rock Autoplex, and we're exhausted from all these amazing deals. Get it? Exhausted? Ford, Chevy, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram. We've got more choices than you've got resolutions you're about to break. Why hit the gym when you can hit the lot? That new car smell burns 0 calories, but feels way better. Castle Rock Autoplex, where your New Year's resolution's finally one you'll keep. Beep, beep, baby. Let's do this.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Peyton Manning here. Throughout my football career, staying healthy was a big priority, but bumps, bruises, and injuries were part of the game. And for me, it's not just the clinical excellence and expertise that sets a medical team apart. It's also the compassion, kindness, and empathy they show. At Common Spirit Health, healing is quality care and human kindness. And my friends at Common Spirit are teaming up with their partners to spread human kindness and create healthy communities. Common Spirit Health. Hello, human kindness.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a Thursday. When we come back in tomorrow, man, it's going to be, well, we won't be here. We'll be at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill in Parker. Special edition of Bud Light Football Friday, where Bud Light's going to give away a pair of tickets to the AFC Championship game, as well as a Peyton Manning signed football. Friend of the show, the scrappy one, the Scrapster, Scrap Peterson. What up, Will?
What up, boys?
All right, if you had your pick of the litter, what's the better prize for you? Tickets to the AFC Championship game, where it's going to be freezing.
Yep.
Like by definition freezing. Or the Peyton Manning signed football to have around in your family forever.
Yeah, I heard you guys just asking the crew about this, and I was debating it in my head. I think I would go with the Manning football just because it lasts longer. I mean, the AFC title game's great, but it's a 3-hour memory.
Yeah.
And it can be a 3-hour bad memory. I was at Super Bowl 48. That's a 3-hour terrible memory. Cool halftime show, but that was about it. So I would take the Manning football. Feels like a safer, longer-term prize, but both are awesome. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if someone offered me to go to the AFC title game as a fan, I'd bundle up and go.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine if you're at the game where Jarrett Stidham punches the ticket to go to, that's an all-time
moment.
Like, it really is. And like the answer to a trivia question forever. And, where were you?
It's like Tebow to DT. Like I swear 300,000 people in this city claim they were at that game. No, you weren't. How many does the stadium hold? 79, 80? But because it was such an iconic, I was at Tebow to DT. It's like, were you? Were you?
Yeah.
We're running out of seats in the building here.
All right, so we had a little, what did we learn? What we learned is we have a little bit of drama between these two teams. All right, so how much? I don't know. But this is how it started. Sean Payton yesterday on his message to the fans this week.
Well, they're going to have plenty of rest after this one, 2 weeks. This is a team at the line of scrimmage that does a lot. Josh is fantastic at putting together good plans offensively. I mean,
so really the start of that response, his message to the fans, we need everything because you're going to have 2 weeks off before we play again. And so, okay, that's just kind of Sean being Sean.
Yeah, that's who he is.
But back in Patriot, are they Patriot Nation? Do we know? What's the name of that fan base? I think it's Patriot Nation.
Patriot Land.
I'm not sure.
Something like that.
Well, that's John Elway. Remember? Welcome to Bronco Land.
Welcome to Bronco Land. Yes. So classic. So anyway, that sort of message that Sean Payton sent got bounced off Kayshon Boutte. All right, the wide receiver, who, by the way, has been really good for New England.
Explosive.
This is Boutte earlier today.
Not that you guys need any extra motivation, but did you see the Sean Payton quote insinuating that Denver fans will have some extra rest for the Super Bowl?
Nah, I ain't never seen it.
He said they have 2 weeks to rest up for the Super Bowl, basically.
I ain't seen it.
Does that matter to you guys at all?
You can rest in Cancun, too, at the end of the day. So it is what it is.
They can rest in Cancun, too. All right. It's just a little sugar and spice on this type of matchup. Do we have any further vibe on J.K. Dobbins and his availability? It's a huge question mark. We didn't get closer to finding the answer today, but it's being reported as sort of continued progress, Mr. Peterson.
Yeah, and you got guys like Mike McGlinchey going on the record saying he looked really good out there and he'd be a big boost, and we're hoping we get him back. So even dudes in the building, no one's going to spoil the news and say, oh, we know he's playing, but they don't think it's some long shot either. They're not dismissing it, saying, well, we're wishing for the best, but we're focused on RJ and Jaleel. I think the players believe J.K. Dobbins has a real chance to suit up on Sunday.
I mean, there's a reason why the window is open. All right, the window's open. J.K. Dobbins is at practice. I think they list him as limited once again. So I'm looking for tomorrow. It's Friday, so it's Fast Friday. So you're running around. You're not in pads, but you're running full speed. What does that look like? Does J.K. Dobbins on the injury report come up as full? If it's full, then we cooking with some grease, and maybe, just maybe, then he plays in this game.
Well, and you'll have game statuses tomorrow too, which will be massive. Right? Is he going to get hit with nothing? Is he going to get hit with questionable or out? Because those guys that are on IR that aren't going to play, they just rule him out. So if he isn't out, he'll probably get activated on Saturday, go back to the 53, et cetera, et cetera.
I just got a text from my sister-in-law that my nephew, Bryson Shirley she said, I just walked by Bryson's room and I heard him listening to you on his phone.
Oh, that's cute, man.
Really cute, dude. He's in middle school.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's listening to this show from New York makes this uncle happy. All right, we step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
Support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital today for a chance to win 2 tickets to Super Bowl 60. One lucky winner and a guest can win 2 tickets to the big game, attend the exclusive Legends for Charity event, and a meet and greet with ESPN's Kirk Herbstreit, plus a 4-night hotel stay, round-trip airfare, and ride-and-share credit. Go to propeller.la/Super Bowl LX for more details. That's propeller.la/Super Bowl LX. No donation required for entry. See official rules on propeller.la for details. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that. But Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters